What do we have here? One good thing about being relegated to obscurity on my third channel, and that is uh, brings clarity. One good thing about being relegated to God, sniffles are that loud? Wow, shocking. Uh, brings clarity. Yeah, that's soft, isn't it? And yet it's maxed. No, it's not. Hello? Check, check. Hello. Why is it like that? Why? Hello, hello, hello. Well, I think there is a setting, but do I have the patience to actually go look at it? Doubtful. Let's see. No. It was something sounds, recording, headset mic, properties. Look at this. Levels are maxed at 100. Garbage. All right, so yeah, my point is I can spend more time dealing with people, comments, reading, not caring as much. Like I don't care as much. So that was the way I used to be before this was my job. I would just say fuck you. Like if you don't like me, if you're going to be negative, fuck you, get out. Which is normal. That's just like the way people operate in real life. So if your cab driver did that to you, if your waiter did something to you, if you're at a social event and someone was rude to you or in any way offered friction, you just be like, bye, see you later. And I would do that often. But then, I mean, I pick and choose my battles more now, and it's actually the reason I stopped primarily was just because it was a waste of time. Like I just wanted to do what I wanted to do and not really engage. So even engaging with the stupid ass people on the internet was like it was garbage. Fix your mic. What? Um, is it not loud? Hold on. It Hello. Was garbage. Fix your mic. That's pretty loud, guys. That's louder. I don't know if you're behind, but it's as loud as it can get. Unless one of you geeks want to tell me how to get it louder. Tell us about Amy K. Go research her yourself. She's a hot up and coming YouTuber. When am I going to do a live stream with you? A guy with Cyan's Entertainment? Is that kind of looks anime-y to me? So I'd probably say no. I actually had an anime icon reach out to me recently, and he was suicidal. And I'm like, yeah, you're an anime icon. I mean, it's a bad sign, but I tried to help him out. I don't think he's a jumper. He's Canadian, so I don't know. I don't know what that even means, but I don't think Canadians kill themselves. I think that's my instinct. I don't think there's as much of a need. One of his complaints was he got fired from his job, and he's like, now I got to go on welfare. And I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with welfare in Canada? Like, I mean, people who aren't on welfare are on welfare in Canada, as in you pay so much taxes and you get so much shit, the government takes care of you. Rodney Reed got freed. No, we aren't at that level yet, and I am going to be doing a video on that. And there's a lot I've been uncovering, new stuff. I mean, the details. It gets worse and worse. This guy Rodney Reed is a friggin' monster, and I've researched the other cases. So the Stacey Stites case, he's dead guilty, like just caught completely. The sperm, the saliva. He has no alibi. This is the exact pattern that he has done with every other woman. So it's really horrendous what we're witnessing, and it's happening in real time on your watch. Unblock you from my main channel. Do you know how hard that is to do? They make it almost impossible. Put it this way: if I could unblock you, I would. What's up? Thanks, Chris. Um, being alive is bullshit. Well, it is a temporary situation, so enjoy it while it lasts. We're going to be talking about some philosophical things, some religious things today. We're going to be looking at the intellectual journey and evolution of Dave Rubin, one of the biggest grifting con men putzes of all time. The man has absolutely no integrity and is just has no merit as a human being. He is a colossal joke. Anna Kasparian just did a video on him, Young Turks. I agree 1,000%. They're talking about Dave Rubin is a joke and a con man, and let's laugh at him. And that's what I'm going to do today. He did an interview, a sit down with John Lennox, who is a Keebler elf, and he is a scientist, but is a religious Christian guy. I think he's Irish. I don't know. I can't even. He teaches at a university. But the point is, we're talking about these lost souls. They're the what were the Lost Boys? Isn't that Peter Pan's group? There are a bunch of people who are smart enough to realize that religion is bullshit, but too much of a bitch to accept the fact that there is no God and that religion is bullshit. So they're caught in this nether region. And also, they're just clueless with their lives. So their lives are fucked up and broken on like 20 levels. And they think, you know what I need? Structure, scaffolding, answers, guidance. You know who offers that, answers, all that stuff? Religion. And so they say, okay, well, let me just put the pacifier back in my mouth and go there. And it's really pathetic because the cognitive dissonance is real. I mean, none of these people can answer any of the basic questions. And they're all backpedaling away from atheism because they're scared and they're lost and they're sad. They're depressed. Suicide rates are up, people. Um, there's some people in this chat. Look to the person to your left, look to the person to your right. One of you will kill themselves at some point this year. Those are facts. Those are facts. I'm going to be doing a video on Gen Z and they came out some stats and Gen Z is killing themselves way more. I think it's up like 50% in the last few years, something crazy like that. So they're killing themselves way more than millennials, and millennials are killing themselves more than Gen Xers. And we had a few people kill themselves in my generation. Kurt Cobain comes to mind. Um, David Epstein, no, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, David Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Now he was a boomer, so that is going to reflect in those stats. But yeah, Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. So we got to grapple with just depression, all ages. It's important. First, before we get started with that, everything you say is spot on, except God does exist and Andrew Yang is a joke. No, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's so sad. It's like it gets to the heart of the issue, though. Um, Andrew Yang is an incredible candidate, and he's happy as a clam. You should see this guy at his rallies and shit. And Andrew Yang, people they get scared of a person who's so well liked, and Andrew Yang is well liked on all sides of the spectrum. I mean, the regressives like him, I like him, conservatives, independents, everyone likes the guy. The only thing against him is that he doesn't have popularity at this stage. His name recognition doesn't make people feel safe and cozy. Just like that guy who said there's a God. He said that because his parents told him there's a God. So that's like a grown ass man talking about Santa Claus is alive because he likes the feeling that Santa Claus gave him and he remembers the milk and cookies and the prezzies, and he's a joke. So that man is a joke. He's projecting, calling Andrew Yang a joke. Andrew Yang is a multimillionaire, successful family man who is, gone from nothing to being a top 5 candidate for the presidency, or at least the Democratic primary. That's unheard of. And he's also very young. So he's 44 years old and he's making a huge splash in politics. So, you could be looking at an AOC Andrew Yang runoff in 8 years or something like that. I don't, these people, they're in it for the long haul. There is an end game here. Speaking of which, Cenk is running for Congress. I got to do a video on that. And again, Cenk is not an old guy. So if Cenk makes it into Congress, remember Barack Obama was a community organizer. He made it into the Senate. Now, Barack Obama doesn't have the background of Cenk Uygur. He was, accomplished and came from an incredible stock. But yeah, if Genk makes it into Congress, well, my point with Obama is he wasn't in the Senate for 2 years and he was running for president. So Cenk, don't put it past Cenk that he's going to run for president. Cenk he has that ego where he thinks, it's a revolution. You say you want a revolution. He would easily run for presidency if he, made a splash, and he would try to get viral moments, and he'd be, I'm bombastic and I'm going to yell at the Republicans and I'm going to say my talking points in a really loud, brash fashion on the floor of the House. You know, look, there's hundreds of Congress people and we don't know 99.9% of them. They do next to nothing. They vote here and there, and they're behind the shadows. And for them, it's a huge flex. And they're like, "Oh yeah, look, I won the top dog prize. I got a gold star. My parents get to be proud forever because I'm a congressperson." But in actuality, it's not. It's kind of boring. It's like being an assembly person, a state senator, some shit like that. I am vice chairman of the finances on my PTA board. Okay, good for you. Well, what do you want? So he is all about personal conquest and narcissism. So even if he doesn't win this time around, which he could, I mean, by the way, he's going up against a Democratic candidate. So he's going up against everyone. It's a runoff. It's in March, and whoever the top two vote getters are in March, they're going to do another vote. So it'll be 1-on-1, and that could be between two Democrats or between a Republican and a Democrat, whatever it is. But there's the former guy, the former congressman from that region, was a Republican because it's a very mixed purple region. And this guy, I think Michael Knight, something like that, or is that the Knight Rider? Do 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 do. God, melodic genius of that intro. So Michael Knight is running. His VP is Kit, and yeah, so that's a serious threat because that guy is known in that region, and all the Republicans and a bunch of people who will be turned off by Gink because Gink's going in full guns blazing. Gink's going in going, yeah, Green New Deal, hell yeah, hell. They say don't mention the Green New Deal in the purple state in a purple region, and I said no, fuck that. It's the Green New Deal. It's universal health care. You know, we're reining in the guns. So he's just bombastic, and he thinks that he is the greatest politician ever. He's always claimed to be, and now we're going to finally see. Let's see how you do it, Cenk. Let's see how you do it because he got a taste of it. He was on the campaign trail. He's giving speeches for Bernie. He felt that. He got the applause. He'd like intro Bernie, stuff like that. And he goes out to his little Wolfpack meetings and his little TYT events, and he has his ass kissers. And he goes up and gives speeches. He waddles up to the stage and, the revolution's a political, and he thinks he's like this tough guy. He comes across as a loan shark from New Jersey or like a used car salesman, that kind of vibe. And he's very off-putting. Like he turns a lot of people away. But in his mind, his insulated world of I'm just, you know, even though his channel and all of his subs are all legacy subs and he barely gets any views. Look at me. I say that from sitting on top of my 25,000 subs. No, but my channel, my main channel has been completely ghosted by the algorithm, and it has been for like half a year. They made some changes, and they were just like, "Fuck you." It makes no sense. The fact that I completely plateaued. It's kind of aggravating, and this would be an issue I'd bring up if I had a human contact. I'd be like, "What did you guys do to my channel? And what is the justification for you not recommending my channel, not promoting it like you do everyone else?" Like there's many people a couple years back, you cross 100,000 subs, next thing you know, in a second you have 200,000 subs because there's momentum. There's more shares, more engagement, more likes, and it spreads like wildfire. Dave Rubin, the Rubin Report, he celebrated 100,000 within like a couple months. He was at 200,000, and it wasn't because the content changed. My content, if anything, has gotten better over time. I'm like wine. Okay, so it's clearly not that. It's all to do with Google, and it's all to do with their ideology. And I mean, look, I'm sitting here in Siberia of my digital world, the AIU resurrection, talking to an audience of two people, bitching about how I can't be on my big platform, which is already neutered and ballless. There's no growth. If there's no growth, there's only decay, financial decay. So I'm just sitting there watching the entropy go by. It's fucking cockapoo. I need sponsors. Anyway, I'm gonna watch a trailer because I'm interested in that. That's the kind of Renaissance man I am. And then we're gonna watch some Dave Rubin. But the trailer is something called The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss, and they call it Elizabeth Moss movie. Is she really that big of a deal that she has top billing like that? Okay. Well, let's see.
The attorney representing
Time out. Go ahead.
As the attorney representing Adrian's trust, I'm required to read a prepared statement. Cecilia, although our relationship was far from perfect, I thought that you would talk to me rather than run away.
Are you okay?
What do you know? It's a white man who's the villain of this film. So, domestic violence. She is running out in the middle of the night carrying a butcher's knife to her friend, who they had planned this, I guess. And she had to do it in the middle of the night because he's so controlling. He's such a monster. And he's a white male. He's a control freak. He's rich as hell. So she knew what she was getting into. She had this nice house, nice life, but what did he do? He raped her? I don't know. Why is he the invisible man? Because he stalks her. Is that the nature of this story? It's got to be female empowerment. I mean, the woman, can you imagine the woman just gets killed at the end and you just fade away and it's this guy, throwing dirt over his dead wife's body? Cut to credits. That'd be amazing.
What happened to him?
He cut his wrist per his final wishes.
Okay, so he fakes his own death? And this is his white lawyer. Okay, let's predict. Let's predict. I like the soundtrack. A lot of tribal sort of drums. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, why would you fake your own death? Because you wanted carte blanche. You wanted a free shot at killing your bitch girlfriend slash wife who left you, and getting away with it because you're going to commit the perfect murder. Okay, so that's why he's the invisible man, because he's still around even though officially he's dead. Seems like a lot of effort. I mean, does he really have a vendetta like that? What's so special about Elizabeth Moss? You could replace her instantaneously, especially if you have money. My lord, like get a clue. So, oh shit, I think I'm supposed to tweet this out or something. Hold on. Hold your horsies. Cringing. Here we go. Let me copy that and let me shut you off so I can send this to my. Oh, I'll post this up on Facebook. Hold on a second. Oh my god. TYT the breakdown. Okay. I don't know why I shut you off, but I felt like you were being a little bit nosy. It's a little bit much. Okay, so now typically this is reminding me of Sleeping with the Enemy, starring Julia Roberts. Same thing, control freak, husband, white male, rich, great house, but he was violent to her, emotionally abusive, physically abusive. And it was, I guess, more relevant at the time because it was the early 90s and, nobody really addressed that on a national stage. And it was good to be like, yeah, domestic abuse is bad. But at this stage, what are we doing here? There must be a twist. You have to take it in a different direction. Now, I think that there will be a time after she escapes where things become normal. She establishes a new normal and she begins dating someone else. There has to be another male love interest. Now, if it's woke, this dude will be black or Indian or Muslim, something. It's not going to be another white man. That's my prediction. I'll be shocked if it is. And he will take issue with this dude and the stakes will be raised. And let's see. Let's see where they take this.
You're getting $5 million. Contingent, of course, on the fine print. He can't be ruled to be mentally incompetent.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? Did I not just say that? We have a microwave, but that's not what I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense for a man to. He gave her $5 million on his own life insurance so long as she's not insane. So now he tries to gaslight her? I don't understand. And it takes place in San Francisco. Could be San Francisco. I was just in San Francisco. I was just driving underneath this bridge. There was fog, and I got fucking tagged with a savage ticket because apparently to cross one of these bridges, is that the Bay Bridge? There's a toll, and I'm sitting there driving on the freeway, and next thing you know, I'm in a lane, and it's cash only. So if you don't have cash, you get a ticket for like 60, $70. And I'm like, what? And I go, can I turn around? It's like, no, you can't turn around. It's you pay the $70 or your car's getting impounded. So I was like, fuck this. Anyway, the freeways around here run way better than in Los Angeles. I will say that. So Coit Tower, all of it, it's crowded as hell, like pretty expensive too, but beautiful. The Bay Area has its charm. I was hanging out in Berkeley, showed my girlfriend the campus, all that. I am currently in Buenos Aires. My tour, my whole adventure. Let me just quickly show you my adventure. Um, I'm doing research on this, which is Bastrop, Texas, which is where Rodney Reed did his killing, and it's pretty interesting, the geography of that. But yeah, I was in LA for a month and living there in my hometown, and which is the Palisades, right here. A lot of this has been set on fire. There's huge fires all around here. Um, and then we drove up. We drove up to Santa Barbara, and we met an Irish couple, fans, really cool. Guy was in Game of Thrones. He's a decathlete. Beautiful. Had a nice time there. Checked out the campus, UCSB. Then we drove up to Morro Bay, which is this nice, um, just really peaceful small town. Um, I have history there. I have a friend who used to live there. Loved it. And then we drove up to Monterey, stayed in Monterey, and that's a gorgeous little area. I mean, it's pretty pristine. And then we came up to San Francisco and we stayed over in Berkeley. And then from there we flew out to Denver and we spent some time in Denver and was digging on that. And then we came out to New York City and stayed in Manhattan. And then we stayed over in Brooklyn, in a very ghetto part of Brooklyn, somewhere in here. Bedford. We were in Bedford, which is crazy. But the rest of the time we were staying right down like Koreatown, real close to the what's it called, Empire State. And then from there we went up to Toronto for a friend's wedding, and I stayed there for like a month, which is my stomping ground, and we're looking to head back there. And then from there I head down to New Orleans. Stopped in Atlanta, but came down to New Orleans, hung out with Phil and Selmo, and now he's on tour with Slayer. And then from there, I connected to Miami, and I went down to, oh, there I am, Buenos Aires. The blue dot does not lie. I don't want to zoom in too tight there because then I'll be doxxed. Let's see, how close can I get without freaking me out? Oh my God. Oh my God. No, no, it's too close. Oh God. Oh God. So scary. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And where do I intend to go? Botswana. It's amazing this time of year. Anyway, let's get back because I see a black man and it alarms me on like 10 levels.
Sense.
Like very dark, like almost like you see the shadows of this little filing shelf, whatever that is. I mean, it's pitch black. So is he the friend who's like, wait a minute, he's always coming around and like how is he even there? What is this guy doing? Like I feel like calling the police. We got two white women, young white women, and just Rodney Reed sitting right there. Like he's not there for the bananas. I got news for you. He's dropping cream pies, and I'm alarmed.
What?
Adrian wouldn't kill himself.
Mm, a lot of little flash cuts. They're like strobing. Look at this guy, young, angry white male. Looks like a young 40-year-old virgin. What's that guy's name? Michael. What is his name? Fuck.
Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay? Don't let him haunt you.
Yeah, he's a shoulder to cry on. He's a good friend. He's means her no harm. He's a nice guy, like a real genuine nice guy.
Hello?
Oh, he's actually invisible. What?
I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared of him anymore.
He was a sociopath.
This is ridiculous. So, Elizabeth Moss, she's known for her role on Mad Men, where she was young and had a real peppy character, an interesting story. But I mean, Why would the guy be obsessed with this woman?
Completely in control of everything. He said that
He set fire to this. He's invisible, don't you know? He's playing pranks in the kitchen. Because that's what a guy would do with invisibility.
wherever I went, he would find me. Walk right up to
So really what this is it's a love letter to herself. She thinks she's such hot shit that a guy's going to invent invisibility, and instead of going out winning awards and I don't know, selling it, the military would probably buy it in a second. You'd probably become a trillionaire. But think of all the things you could do with invisibility. He decides to haunt and stalk and terrorize his ex-girlfriend. Why? Because she's that amazing. That's why. I mean, this guy is going to he has money, he has a whole life ahead of him, but she's that special that this whole plot is centered around you believing that this woman is that desirable. I don't believe that at all. Not even for a split second do I believe it.
me, and I wouldn't be able to see him.
Oh, cheesy.
You okay?
Now we have is that the girl from A Wrinkle in Time? Half black, half Asian. So I don't know. Is he a single dad? That would make him a swell guy. What happened to the Asian? I don't know. Mysterious.
Someone sitting in that chair. I found something.
Right, so now she's going crazy and therefore she's not going to get the life insurance. She's at an Asian dining in San Francisco. A lot of good Asian cuisine there. I will say that. And I was enjoying some of it. Chinese.
I can prove what I'm experiencing. You need help.
No, she looks like the Joker, or at least Jack Nicholson.
Need help.
Look at that. Here's Johnny. She's going no makeup. She is kind of crazy.
Adrian is dead. I went to his house today. He's not.
The dog is still there? So he has a property like this, and she left?
He's not dead.
I have a pile of ashes in the box that would disagree with you.
What's in the box?
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Only thing more brilliant than inventing something that makes you invisible.
Okay, the only thing more brilliant than inventing something that makes you invisible is not letting anyone know you did it.
He's coming up with the perfect way to torture you.
What? That's retarded. What kind of a premise is this?
Even in death.
Floating selfies. He took a picture of me. This is a ridiculous font too. What is the thought process behind that? I mean, what big brain came up with that text treatment?
Adrian's true genius was how he got in people's heads.
Oh, do you see how the font disappeared? Look at this.
Adrian.
It's gone. It's gone. Did you see that? It was there and then it's gone. Almost like the theme of the movie, The Invisible Man. Oh, amazing graphic design.
Adrian's true genius was how he got in people's heads.
Don't come any closer. Hey!
A black guy in a film, he's in trouble. Do not bet that he's going to survive this film.
I'm not crazy. Please listen to me.
You're saying the person trying to kill you is in the room right now.
Oh my God. And they're giving away way too much of the plot here because they're desperate, because they know this film sucks. And the only person that's crazy is the screenwriter and the studio that greenlit this. What studio is this? I can't wait to see at the end.
But we can't see him?
He's listening. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself! Come on! Do it! There you are.
Oh, so she wins at the end. Oh, there's the black guy getting his comeuppance. There it is. Where's oh. Wow, there will be blood. Crap. Who, what? Screenplay by Lay. It's a woman. Yeah. She's a good Lay. Oh, directed by Lay. Oh, she has got an ego. Screenplay. So, you know an ego when she could have said screenplay, directed by and written by. But she said no. Give me two separate ones. screenplay by, directed by. So women notoriously are not as good at writing as men. Um, if you want evidence of that, go watch the Pixar movie Brave, or just look at the numbers. It's not. I'm not to say there are not good women who write, but like Gone Girl, total pile of shit, written by a woman. Uh, it's just garbage, and it's all through this perspective of the womanness is like the central character of this. Trust me, her. This is she's playing out some sort of female nightmare of um, to be in a relationship with a man. So it's something to do with a power dynamic or a deficiency of power. And this is just the worst case scenario would be I can't see the dude, but he's in my life. He's an omnipresent and he's coming after me. He's got, dark intentions for me. He's trying to hurt me. And it's some sort of Freudian thing happening here, but it's not a movie. It's not watchable. Trash. Total trash. Movie coverage is this name of this. So I'm not looking forward to that. And I predict that would be critically uh, seen as terrible, and also the audiences will not like it. Trolls 2, on the other hand, is good. Trolls 1 was fantastic. Trolls 2 is great. If you think I'm above watching Trolls, I saw this with my niece. Very good film.
One more.
Fun film, as in funny, charming, well designed, well animated. I mean, they took a property that is a non-property, Trolls. It's like we're talking about a toy that people would put in their cars or like on pencil tops, and they made a whole film about it. So they just created something out of nothing, and now it's a franchise. And now it's music throughout the whole thing, from beginning to end. It's just all music. But let's see what they do with the sequel, because sequels, sophomore slump, it's always more difficult to follow up on a successful opening film, which this was a wildly successful film.
What's up, my techno?
Okay, so they're going with the black sort of troll who's, I don't know, is this electronic music? It just seems very dated.
One more time. What's up, my techno trolls? Get ready for the drop. Let's do this.
Okay, so they're playing off of rave culture, and they're trying to be current and hip, and it's a bit knee slappy and a bit cringe, but we'll see.
Wait for it. Yeah. Wait for it.
Just do it already! Come on, man!
One more time.
All right, we need conflict.
I'm Queen Barb of the Hard Rock Trolls. I'm here to take your string, bro.
Ooh, don't do it, man!
We lose our string, we lose our music.
I'm gonna unite the 6 strings and destroy all music, except
Okay, this is a total departure. This has nothing to do with the first film. This is just a musical battle, and it's between trolls.
for rock!
This is like School of Rock meets the Smurfs meets what was that movie? Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So it's like a rock battle. So they're really catering to the younger, super young audiences. Just bright colors, snappy pace, and give the parents an hour and a half break.
I can't believe another queen would use her power for evil.
These other trolls aren't like us. They dance different. They sing different.
A hip-hop troll?
Tiny Diamond is my name. Come straight from my daddy's name. My body's made of glitter, and I'll throw it in your face.
That's really bad. I mean, goddamn. This reminds me of one of my favorite NPR shows. They joke about this phenomenon where you try to insert specifically black and hip hop culture into a movie to get a cheap laugh or like, hey, that's something that's happening today. And it was in the movie Ants, one of the first animated films using CGI. Ants was, I don't know, was it DreamWorks? And it was Woody Allen voicing the ant. And one of the lines was, it was Stallone. I believe it was Stallone. And his line was, "You de ant." He goes, "You de ant, man." As in, you the man. So the joke was some Jewish guy in a writing room was like, we'll switch it up to "you de ant." and it just doesn't age well, and it's just like, oh my god, it's not even funny. Objectively, not even funny. So that's what you're seeing here.
If Barb collects all the strings, our music will be destroyed forever.
It's also borrowing off the Avengers, right? With all those rings. Collect all the rings and then something happens. You got to collect the strings. I mean, string, ring, it rhymes even. I mean, this is Justin Timberlake even in this?
We're gonna need a battle plan and weapons.
That sounds like him.
Violence never solves a problem, Branch.
How are we gonna hug our way out of this one?
I will protect you no matter what.
Is that James Corden? Corden? I hate that dude.
Protect you no matter what. I pinky promise.
You can't go back on a pinky promise.
I fucking hate that guy. But he does look like that, so at least they...
A pinky promise.
See, that's funny. The idea that a pinky promise is some huge thing and it casts a shock wave, that's the kind of playfulness that they have, but the whole plot is a little bit misguided.
Let's go save the world!
We need to go undercover.
But how?
With fashion.
Yeah. Hey, only rock trolls are allowed back here. We are genuine hard rockers.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rainbows, unicorns, everything nice. Yeah! Brush your teeth. Cool.
Really weird choice. James Corden, that's the guy I hate. They got Ozzy into this. Ugh, George Clinton is still alive. Anna Kendrick, yeah, she's the female voice. She does okay. Sam Rockwell had nothing better to do. Kelly Clarkson, that makes sense. Kunal, Nayar, never heard of him. Who was the last one? Kenan Thompson. Okay, he's a good voice actor.
A smooth jazz troll? It's like I'm being paralyzed by smoothness.
Poppy?
I can't feel my face.
So that is a real risk-taking thing. They've completely rebranded. They just said, let's do Trolls. The first movie was a success, but let's completely go a different direction, and we're just going to do musical, rock, rock competition. We got to fight for who can win in the realm of music. It's some really convoluted plot, but yeah, I need to rinse out after that one. That's not good. New best romantic trailers? All right.
Breathless made you a star of the new wave.
Okay, so criticism on Kristen Stewart is that she can't act and is very dull and flat. Let's see.
Why do you think the French fell in love with you?
They fell in love with the character. They get me instead.
And who is that? Who is Gene Seberg?
A million Americans look at you and they see an escape. They want the girl from the Midwest. It's America's sweet.
Is this a real person? So it feels like the 60s. This is LA.
I've been trying to get away from that girl my whole life. This country is at war with itself. Vietnam, the oppression of black people in America. It's the same.
Oh my God, I just rolled my eyes hard.
Disgusting racism.
The revolution needs movie stars.
Who's that?
So she's... Are you kidding me? So Kristen Stewart, this dovetails perfectly into her personal beliefs today. She's fighting for the oppression of blacks in 1960 in 2020. Makes sense.
Some actress, just grabbing some free publicity.
Vince Vaughn with an appearance. That's probably a wig, I'd say, at this stage.
She has a history of donations to civil rights groups. She's a sympathizer, sir. I think she could be useful.
You must be some kind of crazy to come to this neighborhood in that car.
White men are the bad guys. By the way, this guy's a very good actor. What has he been in? He's been in Black Mirror. I guess he's in the Avengers. And I'm sure his career has opened up with many new opportunities. So I'd like to be his agent right about now.
In that car.
Was it my money you were chasing? Or was it me?
And interracial sex. Which there's nothing wrong with.
Hello? Hello? They've tapped our phones. They're listening. I can hear these little clicks on the line. I think it's the government.
Where have you been?
They kept us late at the office.
Our job is to cheapen our image in the eyes of the public.
There's things that I've been ordered to do.
Those are pictures from her bedroom. Are you having an affair?
They're pushing her too hard. She's coming apart.
This comes from above.
Miss Seberg, you gotta stop. They will destroy you, your reputation, your career, your family.
Once again, the idea, I mean, I don't know who wrote this, but if it was a woman, I wouldn't be surprised. The idea is we're going to go back in time and make this woman more important than what she was. She was involved in the civil rights movement. No, she wasn't. She made a fucking appearance at an event. She didn't do anything. She was a movie star. Why was she a movie star? Because she was fuckable. She was attractive. That's it. End of story. She didn't split the atom. She didn't write a book. She has nothing intellectual to offer anyone. People literally just want to fuck her. And her career will fade as her looks fade. There will be a direct correlation. She's not the next Meryl Streep. Okay, this is sickening that now there's the FBI and the CIA and there's dramatic music and oh my God, what is this woman thinking? She's so special. Not only does she look good, not only is she fashionable, not only is she morally like a superhero, she is of national significance. I mean, this woman is a real game changer. This, by the way, is the mentality that every influencer has. You get any sort of fame or popularity. Like Kim Kardashian thinks she's, I don't know, like some huge icon in the world. And it's, no, you have a fat ass and a pretty face. And there's a sex video of you. And you're famous because you're famous. Your dad was a defense lawyer for O.J. Simpson. By the way, that's a connection to the Rodney Reed case that I realized after the fact yesterday, which was Kim Kardashian is working with the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project is headed by Barry Scheck. Barry Scheck was good friends with her father, Bob Kardashian, because they were both defense lawyers for O.J. Simpson. So when you see Rodney Reed getting let off, there is an absolute direct connection to O.J. Simpson being let off. What are the differences or what are the similarities between those two cases? We're talking about a black man killing a white person, white woman. He killed a white man too. And then being freed for it and celebrated for having killed white people and being freed. And the people behind the scenes doing that is Kardashian, now Kardashian's daughter, and, well, people like Rihanna, but also Barry Scheck and the company or the organization that Barry Scheck created. So if you think that that's not a pivotally important tidbit to understand whenever the Innocence Project is brought up, you are sadly mistaken.
You can't stand that I might be a part of something more important than books.
See that? See that? You're not. You're not important. I mean, and by the way, this is something they all want to do. Like Kristen Stewart wants this. So this is, you know, she's playing a character, but she feels this herself. I'm more than just a person who reads lines and is a pretty face.
Or articles or movies.
What are you a part of except the end of 2 marriages?
What are you a part of except the end of 2 marriages?
Who is it?
I stood with blacks, and they had afros, and I put my fist up in the air. Doesn't that count for anything? Someone take a picture of it, and please make that picture black and white, so it will seem historical and important.
You swing by in your limousine, open your legs and your checkbook, and you think that gives you the right to anything you want.
I only ever wanted to help.
Well,
Yeah, let's see how the black women react to a white woman fucking their black men and trying to, you know, declare themselves to be the savior of the race.
doesn't make you a better person, that makes you a tourist.
To defame somebody who speaks out against their government is a type of persecution.
You run around with a handful of nails.
Give me a fucking break. This is the story of AOC. Except AOC was a bartender and not a movie actress, but the same impulse exists and the same delusion of grandeur.
Looking for a cross to die on.
You deserve to know the truth.
Woman has her secrets.
If a woman wrote this, I'm going to shit a brick. Amazon original, Spurg. Is that what I'm reading? Seberg? Berg? Is it Jewish? Okay. What is weird about this font? Oh, the I is lowercase, but it's capital. That's the weirdness. Benedict Andrews, who wrote it? Who wrote it? With casting edited by, produced, costume, music, production, Amazon Studios, produced by, God, they don't care about the writer. Written by Joe Shrapnel. That's a cool name. And Anna Waterhouse. Of course, Anna Waterhouse got her little ovaries involved. Of course. Seberg. Get out. Interesting choices on colors, though. Sort of a pale blue with a yellow. It's like the UCLA colors. How is that romantic?
Good morning, my people. It's your morning.
Netflix. So we saw Amazon, we saw Netflix. It's a new era, folks. Welcome to the 21st century. Now we're officially in it. Okay, we had a little feeling out period, but now we're officially in the future. And we got a black man. I believe he is what, from the 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Shot of adrenaline rush.
Rush Williams. Check this name. Rush Williams. So we were talking about a black film. This has all the trappings of a black film. Shit. I mean, quality level is like way down. I mean, black cinema is like third world cinema. It's garbage. Rush Williams. I think there was a guy named, oh no, his last name was Rush. He played for UCLA. Jerron Rush. The Rush brothers. We had a couple of them. He was actually really good. He squandered his life though. He had a massive amount of talent. And I think he made it to the NBA, or I don't know, he played in foreign league. He fucked himself. But look at that font. It's crap. Look at that background. It looks like something from a Christian production. Just way over the top. Red on this bright yellow and white. Awful. With a little 3D drop shadow. Just styleless. Okay, so it's hip hop and it's fresh and it's Christmas time with Rush Williams, y'all. And let's predict the plot. So he thought he had everything, but what he really needed was the love of a good woman.
We have taken this show to #1. Do you see it?
I can see it.
He's the perfect father. It's a fiction.
You spoil those kids.
Aunt Joe, I've been trying to be both parents.
You're fortunate children to have all of this.
So really, what world are they speaking to? I mean, there's like 10 black dudes who have this life. It's like P. Diddy and Run from Run DMC and like a couple other dudes who live in a huge ass house, have an amazing job, make all sorts of money, and have a big ass family and are married. I mean, so why would you go to see that? Like, what is the point of that? I thought hip hop culture was about speaking what is real from experience, being authentic, telling your story from the streets, something that is real and honest, therefore people can relate to it. And even if it's not my life, not my reality, at least I can recognize the truth from their perspective. Meanwhile, what the fuck is this? This is not doing any of that.
If I was Santa, I'd fly right over this house.
It's too early for teachable moments.
Okay, so it's bottled, fabricated little comedy bits like that with child actors that they've cast to deliver these lines that have been written in a very stilted fashion. So it's not funny. So that's why they cut away real quick, because you don't want to hear the dead air following what was supposed to be a laugh line.
We appreciate everything you've done.
Oh, look at this woman. They cast some model-ass woman. This Christmas, drive across the nation with DJ Stacey K. Oh, so he's getting fired for a white woman. Okay, so it's the racial angle. We appreciate all you've done, but we're moving in a different direction. So now, what is the plot? Guess the plot. He has to switch careers, and he has to reinvent himself, or he goes into vlogging, he goes into parkour, he starts running marathons. What is it?
At WMLE, but we are heading in a different direction.
So that's it. We're off the air.
He goes into whiteface. I wouldn't put it past a black movie.
It's hard on everybody. I mean, not me, because I'm cashing in. Big time.
Well, I'm gonna tell the kids Christmas is around the corner.
We've been knocked down before.
Yeah, this is a major problem in hip-hop radio, black radio, as they get swapped out with white women. Always happens.
Just gotta have a little faith.
Yeah, that's where I was staying, right under the Empire State. I mean, I was in like one of these buildings, like right here. Go ask Alf Benny. Like it could have been that building right there. I'm not even fronting. I don't even fuck around. And that's a UFO. Point blank, I call it right now. Images do not lie, okay? Remember the Loch Ness Monster? You cannot fake that. That was an image. Look at the pixels.
Ever since their mom died, I've been trying to be a strong father for my kids.
The mom died. He is such a great guy. He's a single father. He's rich. He's holding it down. Is this a Christian movie? Man. So okay, what's the come up? How is this arc gonna play out? Times are tough. Who is that girl that works with him? That's not his new wife? Is that a girlfriend? He's got to be banging that. No? Okay. They're gonna do a car wash. They're gonna do a breakdancing competition. It's got to be feel good. It's got to be family friendly.
I made it.
Movies like this just suck, don't they? It's so just schmaltzy, sentimentality or sentimentalism, I guess.
But I built him a life.
Rush.
That's kind of gay. Like that the eyebrows look a little stylized. The beard has been like a little too much time looking in the mirror, bro, to be straight. Also would answer a few questions, namely, why aren't you fucking that hot girl at your work?
Rush. You gotta rise above this nonsense.
That one. And this, I mean, it's a little bit manicured. He looks like a wax museum guy. And is that like a scarf? A mustard scarf? If you're at a store and you're like, see that mustard scarf? Yeah, the one up on the wall. Could you reach that? Yeah. I want to buy that. I think the person helping you, the sales lady, should just be like, oh, congratulations for coming out of the closet.
Sense. What if I told you that Crush BQL is for sale?
Oh my God, he's gonna buy the radio station? And this got gayer. I was ragging on him for the mustard scarf, and he's gone to just straight up boa, like a.
Got your break at that station. We should buy it.
With what?
It's like a young Angela Bassett.
A megawatt smile. All right, I want you to think big picture.
Yeah, now here comes the car wash. Oh, it's got to be a viral thing. The kids know about the Instagram. They know about hashtags. Use it, kids. We're gonna sell chicken and waffles. What is it gonna be? How can we raise enough money to buy back the radio station so we can get that white lady out?
This is our way out of this mess. Are you ready? We're moving back into our old house.
What?
And we're doing a vlog. Reality show.
There are 5 of us. That is a whole mess of people in that tiny house.
Let's face it, we've gotten a little
bougie.
Will you finish eating your pizza, please? I am always going to provide for you kids.
What up, y'all? It's Rush on the new WBQL.
Hey, that's my Rush. So baby, come on.
Dance with me.
And finally, he makes a move on this woman, this Nubian queen. Wow. Did you see that ass?
Dance with me.
Woo, it didn't stop. That was like the Loch Ness Monster submerging or emerging from the, whoa. Full moon? Like that's resting ass face right there. That's the resting curvature of her ass. That's not her bending over. That's what you have, look at the straight back and then this. Do you understand? If she were to bend over, that thing would, I mean, that's a fire hazard. It's dangerous. Excuse me, don't you have a dead wife? Aren't you supposed to be a widower?
It's not what you got, it's what you got around you.
So, this is a feel-good story, by the way, hideous. The feel-good story is a super rich black family move into a smaller, big-ass house because they're just down with keeping it real and appreciating their relationships, and this is what we're supposed to rally behind. Probably one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen in my life, and I've only watched a minute of its trailer.
We know you're trying your best.
This makes Love Actually look like Schindler's List. Hi, sweetie. I think I'm still streaming. I don't check the chat because I don't give a fuck. But I think last time I checked, there was 200 people watching. Myself, essentially. Watching trailers, and they're cock-a-poo-poo. They're bad. Yeah, it's an English word. Yes, I'm trying to help you. Yeah, I'm teaching you. Are you good? Okay, I appreciate this. I thank you, but I can't reach the water. It's out of my reach. I can't move. Thank you. A lot of people don't realize this. I'm like Stephen Hawking. I'm in a wheelchair. Thank you, sweetie. All right. Now let's get back to bashing on women. All right.
Oh my God, my heart can't take how much I love you right now.
Where's the plot? Where is the fucking movie here?
Is your pops in? Yeah, he's right here. Hey!
That's gonna get their chestnuts roasting, ain't it?
Oh my God, that's terrible. What a terrible movie. My lord. Is it me? How is that a movie? They spent millions of dollars on that. That can't be true or right. Okay, hold on. Hello. Was that not awful? Am I going crazy? Am I groping crazy? Am I going crazy? Has he discussed Dave Rubin yet? Why am I here? Oh, good. This is my first time. That's like Christmas to me. Oh yeah. Start some shit. Start some shit, you fragile ass, angry fuck boys. Come to Buenos Aires and I will beat your ass within an inch of my dick. Alright? You fucking ungrateful scumbag homo faggots. I hate you and I want you to set fire to yourself. Go fuck your mother. Anyway, yeah, you people can suck my fucking dick. Alright? Suck my fucking dick. And if I find out where you live, I'm coming. Because I will pop on a flight. I got no pets. I got no kids. I got no fucking assets. Alright? I got a bag. I got a bag and a will and a credit card. And I'm coming for you, you motherfucking sick bitch. Black movies matter. They suck. They fucking suck. It's a whole different world. This is the real Devin. I'm PC Devin. I'm protect my day job Devin on my main channel. On this channel, nah. This is me. I'm here to fuck you up. I'm not here to tolerate the fucking Bible thumpers and the anime fags and the Epstein killed himself or didn't kill himself. Dipshits. Cunts. Absolute cuntery. Alright. I'm eating popcorn now. I'm gonna watch one more. Let's do one more and then we'll get to Rubin. That comes out a day after The Irishman. So, competition for Martin Scorsese and Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Hybrid, a totally non-existent company. Oh no. This looks as bad. So that's stock photography or stock video in the background. Just really low rent shit. That is a terrible font. Okay, just a very lazy font. Looks like some half-ass kid tried to simulate a Tim Burton style Nightmare Before Christmas. But you could see that it does the same thing on every letter, so there's no customization. And it's gross. It's a gross font. It's like got this weird little edge to it. It's drop shadow. It's horrible. I hate this. I hate this. Hate the opening cut. Opening edit is terrible. I bet you. Okay, here comes some washed up. Who is it?
You're late.
Oh, he's gay.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's a cute meet. A cute meet between two people. And are they gonna? Will they hook up or not? How romantic. God. Damn it, they're trying to entertain me for 2 hours. Do you realize how hard it is? Just understand. Think of how many hours I've entertained you in my life, in our lives, mutual lives. I mean, what is it? Months on end? Seriously, year after year, I'm coming up with entertainment. These people have spent millions of dollars and they cannot maintain my interest. They can't do it. For the love of God. Like, am I exaggerating here? Okay, what is she going to say to this dude? Go ahead.
Oh my God, did I get you?
Nope. So he is ethnically refreshing. Okay, not a white guy per se. He's either severely malignantly Italian or some sort of, Hispanic, got a thick, full head of hair, potentially Muslim. I could see an Egyptian, Syrian, Armenian. No, not Armenian. I mean, Pakistani. No, we wouldn't go that far. But look at him. He's a dreamy guy. He's like ethnic Clark Kent. He's wearing like a dress shirt. He's super young, but he's like he his hygiene is great. He's got a haircut. He's positive. He's upbeat. So he's got money. He's super good looking. He's got he works out. What a great guy. Am I single? Who's this character? Why not just get together, get a room, movie's over. It's a 2-minute movie.
Disaster averted.
Oh my God, he's a dork. All they want is to go home for Christmas. Now, why is this font that big? Do you see how it's up against the edges? Garbage. Do you see how it's static? It's not moving at all? And the background is atrocious. It's like 140p, just stock shit that they got. The music is completely, ugh. I mean, it's not good. The quality is not good. There is no class, as the British like to say.
It's out of the question.
Oh my God, they unearthed this one. So this has to be Christian. I mean, I think she's a Christian lunatic. And where is she from? She doesn't look anything like the way she used to look. And that's due to surgery. But man, she's trotted her ass out again.
This is our busiest time of the season.
It's just a family tradition.
Oh, it's got to be Christian. It's total shit. And this is their idea. They're trying to pass this off as the female lead. This is the sex symbol. This is the ingenue. This Frau is a 6.
And everybody gets Christmas off. Why can't I?
Believe me, I can sympathize. Owen is just as demanding.
I'll take that into consideration.
He has a black boss.
Now let's get back to work.
We set them up. Owen and Kate, we get them together. The two of them.
I mean, is this meant for a fucking retarded kitten? What is the audience? Who would watch this? What age group? This can't be for adults.
Fall madly in love.
This guy's weirdly effeminate. First of all, you can't have that thick of hair and not have a beard. So they must be shaving, and look at the makeup on him. Looks like freaking Janet Jackson.
And we get our freedom back.
He is like a gay android.
Look, I could tell Kate that she won the Christmas annual buildings raffle, and then you tell
I'm not even listening to the plot. It's just so asinine. Like, there's no point.
that he won.
I don't have time for this nonsense.
Oh, great acting performance. Save that for your Oscar clip.
I'm too busy, Jen.
Well, my best friend in the
Oh, yeah. Mom, pack it up.
entire world. She has this really popular podcast where she interviews.
Oh, look at that. Eager young beaver. Look, I want to be acting. I'm an actress. And so they find this girl because they think she's pretty and they put her in. And she can't act and she sucks and she's not going to have a career, but give it a go.
Business leaders in the city. You could tailor the questions to make it seem like they have more in common than they actually do.
They're setting up. So these two are setting them up for some stupid reason, but secretly they're going to fall in love even though she's 10 years older than him and he's a gay dude from India.
It's like you're on the same wavelength.
Oh.
You think there's any danger in our plan working too well?
Sure. It's forcing me to have to endure your company.
Oh, you. Oh, stop it. You don't mean that. You're just joshing me. You're cute. I mean, it's weird. I've never thought of you like that because I've been so caught up in the stupid thing we've been doing. But come to think of it, like, you have a lot going for you, and I'm alone, and it is the season. So I wonder, will the matchmakers fall in love? Did they make a secret match themselves?
I'll tell you, maybe I should give up this whole writing thing. Start a matchmaking service.
Yeah, and I could be your first client.
Oh.
You should totally buy these for Owen to give to.
And so much of this movie is a mystery. I wonder how it's going to play out. What sort of wine-drinking cat lady would you have to be to watch this? I mean...
Kate.
Oh, yeah.
Kate.
Look at her. So bad. Oh, wait, who is it? Anna Marie Dobbins? That's not a real name. And I like how they put this like it's a TV show, like it's an after-school special. What kind of chintzy shit is going to put the name of the actor underneath them, showing them acting, or like... this. Andrew Philip Rogers. That's 2 people with 3 names. That's 6 names, and we've had 2 actors. How'd you like that math? Dorian Gray? Vivica Fox. Oh, man. That looks like someone cut off Vivica Fox's face and stapled it to a fat old lady. This is like Hannibal Lecter when he was escaping from being imprisoned and he cut off one of the cops' faces. I mean, her face is not the same color as her neck. Does anyone want to mention that? Why is there green tints in that? Okay, your face is green. You don't think so? You don't think that face is green? That's an interesting take. I mean, you're free to have that opinion. It's just Uncle Devo has the facts, and we're diving in. And I'm telling you that there are green tints in there. All right, saying brown, but I'm saying that there is a definite green. Look at this. Okay, that's way darker than that. Look at that. So this, I mean, I'm being lied to right now. Okay, a nice soulless eyes there. It's amazing she even has a reflection on that. Let me just give her the shark eyes she deserves. Let me tighten up there. And ooh, why can't I figure this one out? Where's my stamp tool? There it is. Yeah. And I'm stamping nothing. Okay. That's more like it. Vivica Fox. God, how the mighty have fallen. That's the font? That's the text you're putting for the title of your film. Christmas Matchmakers. The same text treatment, the same stupid background as everything else. They didn't spend any extra effort for the actual title of the film as for the text, the stupid text they had narrating the trailer. That's unbelievable. I've never seen that before. Even on like F-list shit productions, they'd at least put more effort into this. That's garbage. And that's why it's hybrid film. LLC. LLC. Okay. Okie doke. Dear God, it's produced by Vivica Fox. Right. So she has to produce the shit movies that she's involved in. Oh, Lord. Story by Natalie Kiwi, Tamara Kiwi, Zelma Kiwi. Um, anyone? Anyone want to take it? Story by Natalie Kiwi, Tamara Kiwi, Zelma Kiwi. Is that 3 different people? Is their last name Kiwi? Why is Tamara and Zelma capitalized and Natalie isn't? Why is everything? I mean, oh God. So story by should be the smaller font, smaller lettering, and then everything else is our names. But if that's one human being with 6 names, I will fucking chuck this laptop out the 10th story window. But that makes no sense. That was a fail. This is a fail. This is a fail. Why are you saying LLC? Who the fuck says LLC in their logo? Terrible logo, by the way. What is that logo? Is that the World Trade Center? And is that like the planes flying through it? I don't. It's horrible. This is depressing. I am creatively in a state of depression. The only thing that could pull me out of this is David Rubin. David of the House Rubin. He is such a fucking sellout, such a shallow, stupid. Oh, Dave Rubin, world's biggest sellout. Exactly. Let's find it. Cringing at Dave. No, that's me. Mortal Kombat. No. Here it is. Dave fucking Rubin. Ready, steady, go. Unbelievable? Oh, edgy. So the Christians, they're aware that there's some doubters out there. There's a few of us. Now, is it believable or is it unbelievable? Here's how they played with their font. First of all, very fresh underline. It's kind of like a pen stroke, just like, hurrah, there you go. And the in unbelievable is a thin font. And do you know what that does? That puts an emphasis on the believable. So really, it's saying it is believable. It's not unbelievable. It's believable. You must believe. Stay believing, even though there's no reason to believe. And it's all sort of done. This is like a kind of a fight that's already been lost. by the Christians. I mean, it's lost in every way imaginable, intellectually, scientifically, culturally, demographically. Their only chance is brainwashing the kids, but as you know, anybody who reads stats, the younger the generations, the less religious they are. So it's a complete debacle, total shit show. And this is from Christian radio, and Dave motherfucking Rubin is appearing on Christian radio to debate. It's not even, oh, trust me, it's not a debate, to kiss the ass and just buy and be manipulated by a religious person. Watch. The big conversation. This is lame as. This looks like a horror film. What is this? Green, purple, and yellow? Ugh, disgusting. Conversation. That this is makes no sense the way they've broken that down. And then they put like little patterns in the back. There's a city and there's a forest in this guy's face. It just and then this guy looks like a pig person, like a bald pig person. Very obnoxious design on that.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That is a great welcome. Thank you so much. Well, welcome to tonight's big conversation, filmed
so big.
live here in Costa Mesa.
Why would they put that without capitalizing it? Presenter. Why would they do that? Like that was a choice. Someone made a choice and just failed. So people, you don't understand. It's the little things. Life is all about the details. It's a game of inches. Life is about that. Like it's just like that. It's like football. What do they call it? What is a game of inches? Is it football? Is it baseball? Is it boxing? They're all game of inches. It's all details. It's all whether or not you could slip the punch and fire back and connect at the exact angle at the right spot. It's not just this. It's every sentence. It's every little morsel, every thought. And you stack them up like a stack of pancakes. And the final result is it's a colossal disaster. But if you zoom in, it is because each individual fail matters. They all matter.
California. The big conversation is produced by Premier.
What is this twat? A fucking British religious man in 2019 is sitting there in California spreading this stupid shit? Unreal. Tuck your shirt in.
Christian Radio in partnership with the Templeton Religion Trust. And it's a series of video discussions.
Look at Rubin, just rocking a big mole on his face. Get it removed, Dave.
Between thinkers across the religious spectrum, looking at some of the biggest questions in life.
The biggest ones in life. What is it all about? I think it's about God, right?
Who are we? What's it all about? Looking at science, faith, philosophy, what it means to be.
We are all individuals.
Human. I'm delighted to say that tonight we're going to be sitting down and hearing from two people that I've really been looking forward.
Massive respect to Dave Rubin, one of the premier thinkers of our time.
To bringing into conversation together. We're going to be looking at the question of, is God dead? It's a conversation on...
Oh my God, they're still on that? Holy. They're going to make me come back. They're going to make me come back to my old self. I'm back on a small-ass channel, and I've zero fucks given to the people listening to me. And we're talking about God. Is God dead? No, champ, there is no God. The way you phrase the question is moronic. He never was alive. He's not dead or alive. He doesn't exist. It's a crutch that you use and carry with yourself because you can't cope with reality, because you're a low-level, mouth-breathing dipshit. You're a vestigial human being. That's it. And you're going to strut around and pretend like, oh, this is so high-end, isn't it? It's all so intellectual, so fancy. No, it's not fancy. It's basic. You're a basic bitch. We've moved past you. I mean, I would rather analyze Colin Kaepernick's workout from yesterday in depth, and I will be doing that after this.
On faith, culture, and the modern world.
Right.
Where are the next generation turning to in an increasingly post-Christian society?
Should we return back to Christianity? Because we've noticed that there's a bit of more depression and people are taking drugs and there's the trans people and it's all a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's raining cats and dogs. I think we need to accept Jesus once again. Thanks very much.
God dead, as Nietzsche once declared? Or is there space for a renaissance of religious...
Renaissance. Ever in your life have you pronounced Renaissance as Renaissance? Renee. Who? What's her name? Sance. So her full name? Renaissance. So Mrs. Sance. No, she's not married. So it's Miss Sance? No, it's Renaissance.
Belief in the modern world. John...
Look at this guy. Just a grown-ass man with a full fucking head of hair. Not a single ounce of it receding. Fuck you.
Lennox, who is here on my left, is emeritus professor. Yeah,
give him a round of applause. He's a large old Keebler elf.
A round of applause.
Oh yeah, John Lennox, of course. He's a rock star, Johnny Lennox. Oh, I prefer Annie Lennox because sweet dreams are. And in my seat, and in the seat to my right, is a man who needs no introduction. He used to be on the left, he's now on the right. He is an unfunny comedian and a total piece of dried up, crusted over diarrhea. His name is David Rubin.
Just to give a brief intro, John is emeritus professor of mathematics and the philosophy of science at Oxford.
So he knows about mathematics, so he's going to be talking to you about spirituality and religion, of course.
Oxford University. He's a leading Christian thinker, and he's engaged many of the world's leading.
He's a leading Christian thinker. It's like saying he's a leading. He's the tallest of the midgets.
Leading atheist voices as well. His latest book is called "Can Science Explain Everything?" And it is.
Oh no, it can't. There's overlapping magisteria, non-overlapping, to be more specific. Yes, science only asks certain questions, and it can only give us certain things. Religion answers the more profound. It's the gaps. It's the answers, the questions that you look. If science says something, just go beyond science, or just pretend like something's beyond science. Just call it supernatural. In fact, if science studies the natural world, just say, "What about the supernatural?" Ha ha! I've just justified my career.
It is available as well after. Dave Rubin is my other guest. Let's have a round of applause for Dave.
Yay! Oh, David. Get ready for some bad one-liners from Dave. Holy Christ.
Now, Dave hosts the Rubin Report. It's an online talk show that reaches millions of people every week. Dave is going to be telling us about his religious background. And
well, Dave was raised a Reformed Jew in New York. A secular, non-practicing, Reformed, just cultural Jew. And he's trying to leverage the fact that, well, technically I was Jewish, so I'm kind of religious. I'm kind of even more old school than all you Christians. Like, I believe in the Old Testament and all that shit. No, you don't, Dave. You're gay, for starters. You'd be stoned and hung and quartered back then. You'd probably all that stuff would be done to you because you're so unfunny, too. But yeah, he's going to try to like lean heavy into, I come from a religious background. No, you don't, you spaz, and you're not even religious now. You just want money because you're a money grubbing. Oh.
And where he's at now. So I won't sort of label him at this point, but he regularly hosts conversations with leading cultural and religious thinkers on his show. So I'm really looking forward to what he's going to be bringing to this conversation.
Absolutely nothing.
Today. He has a new book out. It's available for pre-order.
Really?
Order.
Wait, we're going to get to the give Dave money? What?
Don't Burn This Book is the title. Thinking for yourself in an age of unreason. So I do recommend you go and get that if you can on pre-order as well. So one more time, just please give a warm round of applause to my guests, John Lennox.
Tell me, guys, why is my fantasy world okay? Why is it fine that I'm a grown-ass person and I believe in bullshit? Please tell me it's okay.
Well, welcome, gentlemen, both, to tonight's discussion. I'm really looking forward to what we're going to be covering tonight because I've had you on the show before, John, and very often I've put you in conversation with maybe a quite firm atheist, someone like a Dawkins or an Atkins or a Michael Roos. But I think tonight's going to be a little bit different because I'm really looking forward to hearing your story, Dave. We haven't met before. In fact, tonight was the first time. But I've watched your stuff, and I've seen some of the people that you've increasingly been talking to and been influenced yourself. And it'll be fascinating to hear where you're at now in terms of both the cultural and religious aspects.
Yeah. Here, let me sum it up. Dave's on the right, and he's religious. Not because he's actually on the right or religious, it's because he makes money saying he's on the right and religious. And it's not just Joe Blow. He's saying, look, I was on the other side. I was an atheist. I was a liberal on the left. But now I'm one of you guys because they're wrong. Pay me. Did I do it right? Did I tap dance the way you wanted me to? He's such a slime ball.
Well, I've never had anyone give me an intro and say, we'll label him later.
Dave, when are you appearing in comedy clubs? Oh, no, honey, it's tears of joy. It's okay. No, Dave Rubin's just cracking me up. You know, it's Dave Rubin. You know, he always cracks me up.
I'm feeling really undue pressure right now. And I'm the only...
You know what's fucking retarded? He's joking. He's like, I'm feeling undue pressure. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of religious people. So I'm feeling pressure like they want me to be religious. So what does he do? He acts religious. He says religious shit. And he basically converts during the course of this conversation. Why? Because he succumbs to the pressure in the room. Why? Because he has no backbone. Why? Because he's a fucking sycophantic bitch who just wants popularity. And in that room, in this moment, right now, and with his bank account, what he wants to do is say he's religious. It worked for Jordan Peterson. You think if Jordan Peterson came out tomorrow and said, you know what, on second thought, there's no God, you know what that would do to his bottom line? Rubin looks at Jordan and goes, he's fucking rich. I want to be fucking rich. I am rich, but I want to be super rich. So let me just say I'm religious. That's literally all that's happening right now.
Only one here from SoCal, so let's see what happens.
Well, whatever those labels may be, I'm really looking forward to what you're going to bring to us tonight. Perhaps we'll start with you first of all, Dave. Tell us a little bit about who you
John Lennox looking totally disinterested. It's like, yeah, let's start with him. What the fuck has he ever done?
You are growing up. I know that you came from a...
John Lennox is a professor at Oxford, and he's listened to a fucking failed comedian YouTuber.
Pretty religious family. So do you want to tell a little bit about that and where you found yourself?
Tell us about your journey, Dave.
You grew up and as regards sort of faith and so on.
Sure. First off, I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be here. You know, I'm usually on the other side of the interview.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm particularly excited about tonight is that I don't talk about this sort of thing from a personal perspective that often. You know, I've sat down with tons of atheists.
This will be illuminating. We can't wait. Dave, share the secrets of your personal viewpoint on all the big issues of the day.
You know, Sam Harris and Michael Shermer and Peter Boghossian and that whole crew, and I've talked to plenty of people of faith like Bishop Barron and Rabbi Wolpe and plenty of other people that come from different political perspectives and personal...
different sides of the right. All the spectrum of the right, the far right, the religious right, the black right, you know, I'll have them all on.
Perspectives. And I always find that I go into each interview with no agenda other than hearing their thoughts.
Right. No agenda other than booking the person you're talking to. So it's already been done, Dave. It's over. You put the person on, you platform them, you don't push back at all. It's not an interview. It's a puff piece. It's a softball ass kissing. That's all it is. And I like how he's an open book. He's like, I don't have any opinions or thoughts or principles. I just sort of listen and believe whatever the person in front of me is saying, and I go along with them, as evidenced by this very conversation where this room full of Christians is going to make Dave a believer. It's the dude is in his 40s and he's being swayed like this.
How that shakes out around my worldview. That being said, I'm excited to be here.
My
because I
worldview.
can sort of tell you a little bit more about where I come from and sort of where I'm at. So I grew up in a conservative Jewish household in New York. We kept kosher. We did Shabbat on Friday nights.
Oh, you did Shabbat. Wow, you guys are real Orthodox.
All the big holidays.
Dude, I celebrate the Jewish holidays. I'm not even Jewish.
But there was a strong secular belief.
Look at this, in between two ferns, right here.
Within that, and as I was telling you sort of backstage, you know, there's an interesting piece related to Judaism.
Did you guys know this guy's gay? I mean, let's never forget that. So as he's talking, just understand he's a gay. Not that there's anything wrong. I mean, beautiful. The gay is fantastic. They're even better than straights. I mean, they are just one of the greatest groups of people ever. But no, honestly, he's a gay.
Judaism that I think is a little different than other religions in that the ethnic tie to it, at least in a modern way, is for most Jews more important than the religious nature of it specifically.
Right. So Dave, you weren't religious. It was just a cultural thing. You couldn't give a fuck, and you're trying to have it both ways. You're trying to declare yourself to be tied to religion somehow, yet you're also telling on the other side of your stupid mouth that you weren't religious in any way.
Say belief specifically, because John, as we were talking about, there are many, many Jews, especially in sciences and in mathematics, that aren't believers per se, but have a real cultural affinity. And I would say that that's sort of where I'm at, or at least where I've been over the last.
Oh, you've changed. Yes, Dave. Don't spoil, Dave. Where are you now?
Couple years. I actually am now in the
tell us.
last few years, and this has to do
with some guy that you listen to and let just change everything about you.
a lot with being on tour with Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah, Jordan Peterson, Daddy Peterson. Hasn't he died from meat poisoning yet? Kermit, clean your coffin, Jordan.
For a year. Jordan and I did about 110 stops in one calendar year in about 20 countries.
Atrocious. You grifted on the coattails of some douche and went around doing opening fucking chatter. You just chatted up the crowd and you just leached off this dude. I mean, that whole scene is a fucking joke, but what you had to do, you shoehorned yourself into that. And then at the tail end of it, you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm religious now. Oh, fuck, it's embarrassing.
It was pretty amazing. And when you spend that kind of time listening to a true innovative thinker.
He's so original. Jordan Peterson, wow. I mean, he came up with this idea that Jesus was a thing. Incredible, Jordan. Thank you, Armored Productions. AIU 101. We're back to the basics, dude. Fuck Jordan Peterson. Fuck Jordan Peterson. And all the dopey ass basement. Hold on, how do you spell basement? It's killing my flow. Basement dwelling bitch. Bitch ass people, no? Who have nothing jobs, who live alone, who have gone nowhere, done nothing, will do nothing, can't get a following if their life depended on it, for sucking the dick of some senile, delusional, self-important Kermit imitator? No. Kermit impersonator. Like Jordan fucking Peterson. Go have a sit down with your actual father. Oh, wait. You don't have one. Oops. Clean your pond, clean it all. Oh, wow. Pathetic. Fucking absolutely pathetic.
The guy that I think is the world's most important public philosopher.
Yeah. Oh, guys, we don't have Hitch anymore. I mean, he knows Sam Harris, by the way. You don't think Sam Harris, in terms of public philosopher, unbelievable that he says Jordan Peterson. And why? What is Jordan Peterson's big angle? What is his original thought? He's an original thinker. His original thought is, bear your cross and go to religion. Return to religion. It's just so stupid.
Talking about his biblical lectures and talking about his perspective on life, and that there has to be a bedrock of something that is real and true.
Real and true. Interesting. You're about to say go to religion and the fantasy of supernatural belief because we need a bedrock of something that's real and true. Okay. Real and true is science. That's how we determine what's real and true. It's not fiction. It's not the fables of people from thousands of years ago. That's not real and true, Dave. That's our original gripe with religion. You remember when you used to believe that, like a week ago? Yeah. It's still as bullshit as ever. So Jordan Peterson's not coming with new evidence. And by the way, they pivot all the time. Watch how they do it. They're not telling you religion is true. He gets asked later, do you believe Jesus rose from the dead? He dodges it completely because he knows he didn't. He knows Jesus didn't exist. And it doesn't even matter. Some guy rose from the dead. It's all. Some guy could be clinically dead, just brain dead sitting in front of me. And he could resuscitate himself and be like, boom, I did it. I just blew your mind. Now worship me. I'd be like, no, fuck you. Why? I was dead and now I'm not dead. Like, so what? And Usain Bolt can run the 100-meter dash in 9.5 seconds. Should I worship him? No, because he can't rise from the dead. No, since when? When did we declare that to be the rule? You rise from the dead, therefore I just go, oh, let me grovel. I fear death. Please save me. It's not even that he did that. It's not that Jesus is just flexing his powers and going, look what I can do. What a simpleton you'd have to be impressed by that and to be like, wow, let me just shape my entire world around this feat that you accomplished. Maybe you didn't. There's no evidence that you did, but let's just say you did. No, it's all, I can have you rise from the dead. In fact, death isn't real. If you believe me, why should I believe you? Because I rose from the dead. Okay, so you rose from the dead, but I can rise from the dead if I believe that you rose from the dead? Doesn't this feel incestuous and kind of backward? Is anyone else embarrassed by this? Does anyone else have any desire to live in accordance with reality? Is that, like, that should be the ground rule. That's the bedrock. Do you value what is true? Because they don't. Well, watch. Dave says you need a bedrock of truth and real. Jordan Peterson famously went on that idiotic rant, postmodernist rant to Sam Harris about what is true. There's truth in a story. Jack and Jill has truth in it, doesn't it? And Sam's like, that's not the truth I'm talking about. I'm talking about Webster's definition of the truth, objective truth, not your subjective idea of how a story is true. It's fucking retarded. And he sabotaged the conversation because he knows that his belief system is not true. And therefore he tries to say truth itself as a concept should not be valued. And so Dave is bullshitting, saying we need to have a bedrock of what is true and real. Meanwhile, everything else after this is not true or real. So the bedrock is what's important. Have a bedrock of delusion. Oh, I grant you that. It's a bedrock of insanity. And it's stable. It's more stable than just being a chaotic, random, whatever. Like, that's why they gather the fuck ups. They gather the alcoholics and the drug addicts and the people who are all broken and are lost. And they give them a path. Now, the path is a death cult. The path is completely false. The path is warped and it's immoral and it's based off nothing but lies, but it is a plan. It is a guide. This is like going on a diet, like an all meat diet. There's an all meat diet you can go on. Is it good for you? No, it's terrible. It'll fuck your system up immensely. But you can strictly adhere to the diet, and the diet's better than being a heroin addict. I'll give you that. There might be some accidental perks to an all meat diet. You'll cut down on your carbs, I guess. But this is not good for you. This is not the way.
Outside of us.
Ah.
And then how he relates that through the biblical stories.
Right. You just, what? All of a sudden, we need a bedrock of truth and reality outside of us. And then he talks about biblical stories. Dave, the biblical stories are not true. What are you talking about? Why are we deferring to a fucking book? How lazy is that? You need a reset. Do you realize why they have term limits on politicians? It's because we got to rethink the problems of the day. You can't just hand it over to Mugabe and wait 100 years for him to die. You got to rethink the shit for yourself. If your parents tell you something, if anyone tells you anything, you got to rethink it for yourself. Understand it. Do the math. Do the homework. Independently think it out. Don't believe Rodney Reed is innocent because I tell you. Go research it yourself and find out. You tell me why he's guilty or innocent. You'll find that he's guilty. So what is he doing? What are we doing collectively? Our parents, they believe this thing. I can't really tell you one way or the other why I should believe. That's why he didn't explain to you the significance of biblical story. Why should I care about biblical stories as it pertains to anything? Do you know how many holes there are? Would you like to see the Bible cross-examined? Put the Bible up on the stand. Put any of the writers of any of those stupid-ass verses on the stand, and let's grill them. There's so many inconsistencies, flat-out lies, hearsay, just things that are preposterous in that book. The fact that anyone would reference anything in the Bible is an outright disaster. It is just you lying down, pissing, and lying in a puddle of your own piss and just going, I don't know the answers. Someone else tell me. The book. Go to the book. This is fucking retarded.
It moved me. It moved me over the course of
Dave, you? Not you, Dave. You're a rock. You're the Rock of Gibraltar. You're a lighthouse, Dave, in a sea of just confusion. Dave, when have you ever shifted your position on anything in a fundamental way in a short period of time? When has that ever happened, Dave? Dave, I wonder if money's at play. When I talked to Dave Rubin on the phone, you know what he told me? His goal in life. You know why he was doing the Rubin Report? He was doing it to further his career to get on TV. He wants to be a TV host. Now, it just so happens he grifted his way into enough popularity online, enough money, translation, that he doesn't need to go to TV now. So his dream was to be Larry King. His dream was to be the next, go on CNN. He'd do, a game show. He'll do anything so long as he makes money and gets fame. So this dude is like just the grossest networking shill you've ever seen in your life. What he's saying is devoid of anything. Like, it's not impressive. It's like, it's not even original. It's very transparent what he's doing. And I speak the fucking truth on this. This guy has been outed for a long time. He's been the victim of getting dunked on and mocked and laughed. He inspires laughter, but not, like, put it this way. More people laugh at Dave than with Dave, to a degree that is absurd, like probably 100 to 1. When people hear that Dave considers himself a comedian, they're confused. They're like, what? It would be like saying, I don't know, who is a profoundly unfunny person? Oh, fuck. Sarah Hayter? I don't know, it just came to mind. Sarah Hayter, she's a comedian. What? She's never made me laugh once. Like, what are we talking about?
Year that we did this together. So I would say I'm secular, basically.
I'm ish. It's like Ishtar. I'm kind of like in the middle. I am whatever you want me to be, to the point where I want you to pay me. So I don't want to, trust me, this is the philosophy. Don't say something that's going to alienate your audience. So if where should I be politically? Well, there's Hillary and there's Trump. Now, if I say I'm pro-Hillary, I think the Trump people will stop paying me. If I say I'm pro-Trump, I think I'll lose the Hillary people. I know I'm in favor of Gary Johnson. I see, both sides have their positives. I agree with some, this and that. I'm gay. I'm into gay marriage, so I disagree with Ben Shapiro on that. So I'm very nuanced. It's very complex. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to proceed for the next 3 years to just put on conservative voices on my platform, go to conservative places like Christian radio, like Dennis Prager, like fucking look at the list of people he's had on. I mean, why don't we take a little hiatus here? Ooh, I got to get back to that. Let's do Dave Rubin, and just, this is not scientific, but let's just Donald Trump Jr. Let's put on Donald Trump Jr. and have a fucking kumbaya.
One of the themes we talk about here at the...
So is he conservative or what? Okay, so he split that up. That's Donald Trump Jr. Yoda, a longtime conservative. How Yoda helps improve FCC regulations? Did he really? God, is that his Star Wars humor? By the way, I'm enjoying The Mandalorian. Very good. So, who is this guy? Looks like a conservative. Net neutrality? I don't actually know that guy. This is sort of a Fazl Saeed al-Mutar. Oh my God. He's a ex-Muslim. So he's talking about immigration stuff. That's probably non-political. Yeah, he's talking about Iraq and shit. It's boring as fuck. This is a famous conservative, Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum, black conservative. Had him on, America First. This is a religious conservative, Hillary versus Gabbard. Why is Hillary? So that's an anti-Hillary video, and Gabbard is so far left that people on the right are fond of her, and so there's some weird crossover there. Horseshoe theory. This is the conservative. This is a conservative. I like Douglas Murray, and I don't think they were talking about American politics at all, but it's definitely conservative. Here's him talking about the incels, the Joker reaction, which was weird. Such a desperate, try-hard thing. Like, look at Dave's face. It's like his Two-Face. Ugh, it's very strange. So Douglas Murray, another conservative. Who else? Our political system is like a dinosaur. Should Republicans fear a strong third party? So it's talking about Republicans. That's probably another Republican. David Webb sounds Republican. Blexit, yeah. So leaving the Democratic Party, they're talking about black people leaving the Democratic Party. That's the second black Republican he's had on. He definitely had Candace Owens on. I have a privilege. Who's this? Oh, Tucker Carlson. He's on Fox News. Literal Fox News. Dave Rubin is a regular on Fox News. Okay. What more can we say? What is this guy? Atheists are starting to understand. Zuby? That looks like shit. What are we? Oh, I see. Is what takes the place of religion worse? So now atheists get blamed for any social ill. So if there's anything going wrong in the world, it's, oh, I know what it is. You got to be more religious. Now this is the same shit they spill out anytime. If there's a school shooting, they say, oh, we need more religion. If there's an epidemic of anything, drugs, you name it, teen pregnancy, those are our religion. Religion's the answer. God, 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 God. It's the same answer. It's the same tired ass shit. It doesn't make sense logically. It doesn't make sense. Oh my God. Anyway, you got. I mean, this is not even controversial. Glenn Beck he had on. Here's Charlie Kirk. I wonder what is Charlie Kirk's political leanings. That's interesting. Unbelievable. Tucker Carlson. It's just disgusting. We had Yang on. I think he agreed with all Yang's stuff. 20,000 views, 22,000 views. People 23. They just don't give a shit. Some of his least viewed videos. Wow. All right, back at it. Dave Rubin, the world's saddest sellout. No. Unless you want to just stop by and do a trailer. No, I do want to check this out. Hold on, Lamar Jackson?
Jackson throws deep. Caught by Brown. Jackson.
He is revolutionizing.
Jackson lets it fly.
Quarterback. That's a terrible throw.
Across the field.
That is, I can't believe they put that in his highlights. Grant, that's a fucking horrible throw. That's a pick. I'm hoping he loses today, but they're saying this guy's the next greatest thing and he's destined to win a Super Bowl. He's the running quarterback, but now they're showing some of his pass highlights. Like this whole thing is him running. And then at the end, they're like, oh, he can also pass too, ish. And one of his passes is this. Look at this. Throwing across his body, throws up a fucking dead duck in the air, and his receiver makes an outstanding play. It was such a pick.
Gets out of it. Jackson lets it fly.
Into coverage. Who are you throwing to?
Across the field.
The guy was playing it like a fucking outfielder in baseball. That was a easy pick.
Juggle.
So that should be on this dude's highlight reel, that he saved his horrible quarterback from an easy pick.
Oh, Willie Snead. He's got it. First down, Baltimore.
Garbage.
For the Ravens.
Let's
Jackson.
see. I'll be fair.
Throwing over them.
Yeah, okay. It was wide open.
Middle. Touchdown.
Good route.
Miles Boykin. The rookie wide out from Notre Dame.
Damn, sir.
Jackson.
That's okay. I mean, is throwing a wide open to a wide open receiver, like that's a coverage thing. That's a fuck up. That's their low light reel, not his highlight reel. I mean, would anybody show Tom Brady throwing to a wide open tight end in the end zone? They'll be like, look how great Tom Brady. No.
Being all alone, touchdown. Mark Andrews.
Let me show me something where you evade pressure and throw something in a tight little window. Or show me a guy, hit a guy in stride.
Jackson hooks a pass.
I mean, that's just throws behind the receiver. I mean, it's so easy. Like I could be a quarterback. Fuck.
Handled. Touchdown. Marquise Brown.
Marquise, get out.
Going upstairs for the score. Steelers.
Okay. Anyway, back to Rubin. Where are you at? Here we go.
In my life, but I definitely in the last year have found that there has to be something outside of us. The rest of this makes no sense.
Oh, Dave, there's something outside of us? How about an infinite universe? Is that not enough for you? There has to be something outside. It can't be nothing. It can't be a void. Dave, how compelling is that? He goes from there has to be something outside of us, which is just the thought of a demented, uh, autistic infant, to then saying it probably is Christianity. Yeah, that's outside of us. There's a God. Why? Because I don't know. Dave, explain it, please.
Sense. I mean, the part, very briefly, the part that I'm really known for is the political part, and that I was a lefty, and the difference between
You
leftism.
kind of had a political conversion.
I had it right, so yeah. I'm usually much more comfortable talking about my political conversion than a religious one. But I would say,
why are you not comfortable talking about that? It's so weird. It's almost like you can see or smell the cognitive dissonance. If you are converted to religion, let's say, you like the smell of Jordan Peterson's ball sack, okay? You shared hotel room with him, you smelled his underwear, it has a good aroma, and you're into it. Okay, then say you're a Christian. Say, I'm Dave Rubin, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus, I believe in heaven. There's got to be more than just nothing. Therefore, I'm a religious person. I'm Dave Rubin, a religious person. The fact that he says that, I'm uncomfortable talking about my conversion to religion. Why are you uncomfortable? Other than the fact that it's obviously not true, and you're clearly doing this for money. And you know that. Inside, he knows that. So the joke, it's a weird joke. Hey, I'm very uncomfortable talking about this, but who would frame something like that? You don't hear me framing that like, hey, I'm terrible. I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I am very uncomfortable talking about this, but I am technically a YouTuber now. Like I used to work in advertising, and I worked for movie studios and video game companies and Disney and Pixar and stuff like that. And I was, in the corporate world and doing high-end sort of motion graphics and video editing and stuff. But now I'm so uncomfortable talking about I'm a YouTuber. Like if I said that, wouldn't people be like, why are you weird about being a YouTuber? Just say it. Like I'm totally fine. I told somebody the other day, I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. Now you can say that. People still look at you like, what? What do you mean you're a YouTuber? How do you make money? I say, no, I'm a YouTuber. Like, yeah, how do you make money? People don't understand it because it's that new, but he is uncomfortable admitting his newly found religious beliefs, even though he's speaking to a religious audience. And he's, Captain Positive Pants in this room. He's like, wow, Dave, it's amazing. You've came to the light. Wait till you read the comments of this video. It's people kissing his ass going, yeah, he's so tolerant. He's so amazing. He's really seeing like the error of his ways.
Say this, that consistent with me talking about sort of what's happened with the postmodern left, with the progressives, and we see this now where there's
now he's in his wheelhouse. Yeah, rip on the progressives. What did they say?
Sort of nothing that's empirically true. And any given day, you can feel anything about any particular topic.
Nah, that's kind of bullshit. It's such a weak, one-dimensional talking point. So, yeah, there's problems with just deciphering what is true in sections of the left, but they strongly believe in science. They're the ones pushing for climate change, or they don't want climate change. They're pushing to combat climate change based off the fact that they believe that it's empirically true that the climate is changing. So how does that fit into this narrative, Dave? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So he is the one trying to muddy the waters, saying nothing is true, therefore we might as well believe in religion. He's the one going, you just need a bedrock of what is true for you. I mean, his idol, Jordan Peterson, notoriously is the one that fudged the meaning of truth. So how he gets off trying to say it's the left that is weak on the idea of truth, it's you, motherfucker.
There's a reason for that. And the reason is they've disconnected everything. Their whole worldview is disconnected to anything that came before them.
Dave, you change your worldview every other month. So that's the definition of disconnected. You have no backbone. There is nothing guiding you aside from your impulse to attain cash.
So that could be God or a religious set of ideas or something like that. So I'm really, really fascinated by that at the moment, and it's changing how I live my life. I just did, it was Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day in Judaism. Oh. I was at a service that was actually at a church in Pasadena in Los Angeles, hosted by Dennis Prager, that I'm sure many of you guys know about.
Why would he say Pasadena, Los Angeles when he's in Costa Mesa? They know what Pasadena is. What the fuck?
Dennis Prager, who many of you know. So I'm sort of...
So Dennis Prager, a practicing Jew who's highly like Judeo-Christian, so he's in favor of the whole fucking kit and caboodle, and he's conservative. Another dude who completely shaped this guy. I mean, I'm the one that shaped him too. He's credited me on record for pulling him out of the regressive left. So the guy is malleable. I mean, he's a puppet. Surprised his nose isn't bigger though, like Pinocchio. And the fact he's Jewish.
I would say I'm in it the way you guys are all in it.
Oh, I'm in it like you guys. He looks to the crowd. Can I get an applause off that? I'm a Christian? Are you a Christian, Dave? You're sitting in a room full of Christians. Are you in it like the Christians? Are you a Christian, motherfucker? Do you speak English? Answer the question. This is all indefensible. This is all fucking pure cringe. Dave, wake up.
Trying to find some truth in the madness.
I'll be interested.
Truth in the madness? Dude, you're fucking neck deep in the madness. Disparaging the concept of truth. Dave, what is true about religious belief? Well, it's true in a certain way. There's truth to the story of Job.
To tease that out a little more in due course. I mean, one thing I did notice is I had seen just watching some of your videos that there definitely been a progression in your thinking on this.
You don't say. Oh yeah, Dave's thinking. Oh, it changes in real time. He's like a guppy. He's like a fucking hamster. You can see the little hamster on the wheel right now. She's like, what should I say next? What does this audience want me to say? What does this interviewee want me to think?
And probably if you go back a few years, I think you had said along the lines of you probably thought of yourself as an atheist, but evidently that's not quite the case anymore.
Well, I had a bunch of...
Oh, this is fucking precious. Now, atheists, get ready for some backpedaling. He doesn't want to be associated with atheism. Dave, is there a God? Dave, do you think there's a God? Yes or no? I guarantee he would never give you a straight answer to that. He'd Jordan Peterson the fuck out of that answer. It depends what you mean by the... Okay, such fucking crazy, stupid, childish shit. Anyway, Dave is about to say, yeah, I got pigeonholed as an atheist, but I wasn't really, even though I was. Clearly, the man was an atheist.
Atheists, high-profile atheists on the show in a row, starting with Sam Harris, who I admire, and he's a good friend of mine, and Michael Shermer and Peter Boghossian. And I really love the intellectual side of that.
What? As opposed to what, Dave? The cultural side of atheism? What else are we talking about? It's an intellectual concept. The whole reason for the label is because it's an intellectual stance that we take, which is we don't agree with the claims of the religious because they're laughable on their face and they're not even close to being supported. No thinking person would be religious. This is an admission of guilt of being weak. That's all it is. You're not a bright thinker. This is a very low bar to clear. And he's like, yeah, I like the intellectual side of atheism, but what? It's, good Lord.
I really, really do love it. And that's not at the exclusion of anything else, actually.
Yeah, I love it all. I love the intellectual side of Christianity, and I love the intellectual side of atheism. Can I get all your money? Do I win all the shekels? Is that the right thing? Did I navigate that properly? Hey, Devin, the Baltimore Ravens are putting their, 7-2? 8-2? Putting their record on the line. They're at home today against the Houston Texans. Who do you want to win that game? Well, I'll tell you who I want to win that game. I think that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are a very good team. They have a very compelling story. They have a lot of momentum behind them, and they're at home. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them play well and do well. I think they're favored to win. Then again, the Houston Texans have a winning record, and they are in a tight divisional race, and they have a very good offense, and their defense has been known to shut down the run. So I can see that the Houston Texans could potentially pull an upset there. Who do I want personally? I don't know. I kind of am rooting for let the best man win, and I think that this game is not a make or break. So whoever loses this game, they can move on and win and meet in the playoffs. So I don't see it as that important. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy. Hey, Houston Texan fans. Hey, Baltimore Raven fans. Can I have a super chat? Super chat now. Did I answer it right? Was that the right answer? I like the atheist intellectual side. I also like the other sides. It's not to the exclusion of the other sides. Dave, these fucking things are binary. What do you mean you like the God belief side? What does that even mean?
But what I found was that I had had a series of atheists on in a row, and then people online just kept saying that I was an atheist.
Kind of like me, Dave. I called you an atheist because you were an atheist, you had atheists on, and you understood and knew that the religious are stupid and to be mocked.
Right.
And then I sort of just said it one day without...
Oh my God, he's saying it like saying that you're an atheist is like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. Dave, you were always an atheist. Dave, you are an atheist now. Unless you're not, which is like, oh, holy shit. Dude, just fucking, okay, good luck with that. But, I mean, he's either lying or just a straight up con man, but either way, it's just sad. This just makes me depressed that a guy could be this much of a fucking obvious shill. What a scam artist. Who would be impressed by this human being?
It didn't mean anything to me sort of one way or another.
It didn't mean anything. If someone, Dave, if you're talking about religion and you're expressing your personal opinion about it, of course it should mean something to you to say you're an atheist or not. It's a statement of fact. It doesn't mean you're part of a group or a club or some sort of a movement. You just are an atheist. It's just something true about you that is relevant if you're talking about religion.
It just sort of came out of my mouth one day.
What he's saying is like, oh, whoops, oopsie, my bad. I didn't mean to say I was an atheist because I realized that's going to like make a bunch of people turned off to me. So maybe I shouldn't say that. That's why he's trying to backpedal now. On his whole life, he's backpedaling on himself. What a sellout.
And then 2 years ago, I do this off the grid August thing where I literally...
It's so epic, Dave. Off the grid August? God, you should copyright that. You're like a Jedi, a Jewish Jedi, and you just roam the earth in August. And when you come back, you have these profound thoughts. It's just like ayahuasca on crack. You just come back and you're just giving out just pearls of wisdom. Go fuck yourself, you fucking...
Literally lock my phone in a safe and I don't look at any news or television. I am completely offline and I really disappear and I try to let my...
Can you just do that all year? Can we just have August the year you come back and shill?
Brain reset. And 2 years ago when I did it, one of the thoughts that I kept having sort of in my piece...
2 years ago when I did it, it was 2017 and I was riding the coattails of Jordan Peterson and I was making all sorts of money by promoting Trump and the right wing and disparaging the far left. And something came to me out in the woods. What was it, Dave?
Was that I'm not an atheist.
I'm not an atheist. It came to me. It dawned on me. I'm not an atheist. How are you not an atheist? What happened, Dave? Take me from A to B. What do you mean you were an atheist and now you're not an atheist? It's amazing, Dave. It's just, oh my God, the power of the dollar, the almighty dollar. It's on the dollar. In God we trust. He's like, I'm making a bunch of these dollars and I'm looking at them and it has God on the thing that I love. And I realized my true religion is the religion of money. So yeah, God gives me money. The more I say yes, God, the more money I get. Fuck, he's like just a shyster. One of those preachers, like one mega church preacher. God, he's at a mega church. He's sitting with an all Christian audience. This is no better. I mean, the guy is an absolute token. God.
And I came back and I said it in a very casual way. I just did this live stream where I just sort of said it very flippantly that I just don't like the word atheist.
I don't like the word? Well, isn't that different than I'm not an atheist? I don't like the word? Again, what cognitive dissonance is that? I am this thing, but I don't like the word that is the thing that I am. Devin, are you an American? I mean, technically, I'm also British, so like I have dual citizenship. Okay, yeah, I understand. There's dual citizenship, but one of those dualities is you are an American. Are you an American? I mean, I think you could legally. I mean, if you want to get technical, yes, I'm an American, but like I just don't like the word because what does it mean? Does being American mean I'm a Trump guy? Is that what that means? Does it mean I'm in favor of, wars? And do I have to be in favor of Vietnam if I'm in? I don't know. There's a lot of baggage with the term American, so I don't like to say it. I'm not comfortable with the term American. I mean, that's what he's doing right now. Who fucking believes this? That freakout you just witnessed me doing, that parody, was an exhibition of weakness. That's all that is. Weakness comes in different forms: physical, emotional, intellectual. Sometimes people have all of them together.
It doesn't fit what I believe. I do believe in something else, even if I can't completely articulate.
You can't articulate jack shit. I believe in something else? What in the world is that supposed to mean? I believe in something else. What? What? How long do you plan on staying in Canada, Mr. Tracy? Well, I don't know, a couple weeks. Okay, and your country of residence? Somewhere else. Yeah, which country of residence? It's another place. No, we need you to tell us the country that you are a resident of. I can't really articulate it. It's out there. It's a different thing. It's hard to put my finger on it. Yeah, that's not how it works here. So you're holding up the line now, sir? Tell me what country you're from. It's Atlantis. I mean, it's just like, fucking dude. It's incoherent babble, which is a word from Babylon, which is the Tower of Babel, isn't it? It's a religious thing. There you go, Dave. It all stems back to the Bible. Read the book.
What it is. I think Jordan has gone a long way to.
Yeah, there it is, Jordan. Yeah, bail out. Hit the Jordan button. Dave, what do you think about religion? I can't really put my finger on it. I believe in something else out there. Daddy Jordan, Daddy, Daddy. What do I believe about God? You believe that there's metaphysical truth to the hero story of the biblical time. Okay, thanks, Dad.
Articulating the type of thing that I believe in, and I got a lot of hate for that one.
I wonder why, Dave.
Because
you exposed yourself.
You know, the atheists, they don't like a converted person either. So, you know,
what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Try to analyze that joke I put in quotes. The atheist doesn't like the converted person either. As opposed to who? Religious people don't like converts? No, that usually means they converted to the religion. I mean, were you trying to say like unconverted, deconverted? Is that the word? People that left religion? Atheists don't like people who leave their religion? Dave, is atheism like a religion? Have we come to that point? Is that something that's going to come out of your mouth? I mean, it's just baffling. Like, there's no reason that was humorous. None. These people are fucking lemmings out in that audience.
You got to watch out for that too. So, you know, we all have our own trappings, but what I'm most interested in is talking to people.
Oh yeah, just be open.
From all walks of life.
Right, he says to a Christian, another Christian, 10,000 Christians in the audience. Yeah, all walks of life. Like all the liberals I have on my broadcast. Sure. Fuck it. It's just, how does he live with this much cognitive dissonance?
And figuring out what the common stuff is. And what I like to frame that.
The common stuff. Right. The common stuff. So the overlap, the concentric circles, I'm looking for the stuff everyone, like I want to be G-rated. I want to be like the Lion King. I want the old and the young to come and pay me their fucking money. Okay. I want the left and the right. I want the religious and the non-religious. I want all of it. So I'm just trying to go right down the middle. I'm a centrist. And being a centrist is the best. You know why? Because you take the best of both worlds. Am I pro-life or pro-abortion or pro-choice? I'm both. How do you like that? Yeah, I believe in choice, but I highly frown on abortion. Yeah. What about Somalia? Should we have gone into Somalia? I'm in favor of intervening when there's a human rights issue, where there's like a crisis. But I think we should handle it better. Perfect. Oh, perfect, Dave. I believe in an exit strategy. I believe in the middle of the road. I believe in vanilla. It's not even a viable answer. And it would take a moron to not see what the guy's trying to do.
That around is a conversation about freedom and how do we limit government so we can all.
What? Did you just spill into a libertarian bullshit argument? The guy's like such an NPC. He's like, lower, smaller government and freedom, liberty. Like what?
Believe what we want to believe and think what we want to think and be
say free speech, Dave.
Part of a society that's pluralistic and decent for all of us.
What the fuck is that? What are you running for? What a weird, circling of the toilet bowl answer was that.
John, let's have a bit of an introduction.
Bail him out.
To you for those who aren't familiar with you. Tell us about your own faith journey up to this
I'm really not interested in this dude.
point. You now obviously speak to...
I can't even be bothered. Look at that. Look at the fresh new ideas coming from. Looking like a fucking Jurassic turtle. Just unbelievable. Bilbo Baggins did not age well. Anyway, he's an old, crotchety old motherfucker. He has an excuse. Rubin doesn't.
Maybe less religious now.
Might have to go to the Q&A.
I've had with non-believers and with believers.
The well-known atheists responsible for people moving away from, the religious bearings that they once had.
So obviously, I don't want to speak for Sam or any of those.
Oh, please speak for Sam. You and Sam are simpatico.
Guys, what I have found in the conversations that I've had with non-believers and with believers is that at a micro level, you can be a
micropenis
non-believer and be absolutely moral.
Oh, you can be? That's a thing? Thanks, Dave. What a framing of this. You guys, I think that it's possible. It's possible to be a gay, but also not be a pedophile. I'm not kidding. I honestly believe that. You can be a gay and not be a disgusting child fucker. Excuse me. Yeah, my hand raised in the back. Why the fuck did you just frame that as that? Why would you say that? Who is suggesting that you can't be moral and be an atheist? You dopey ass motherfucker. Now he's defending the idea that the Christians, the religious, have a monopoly on morality. A fucking disgrace, dude. My God, on 1,000 levels. Go Google something, you dickhole. Go look at any Christopher Hitchens speech. Go look at the Sam Harris speech I did a video for on morality and the Christian God. I mean, it's so easy. Just think it through for 2 seconds. My God. Where's his point taking us?
And decent and good and a productive member of society and all of those things, as I believe those couple people that I mentioned are.
Oh, Sam Harris.
What I think is becoming the problem, and I think this was really where Jordan Peterson
Here we go. It's because all the incels, all the sexual frustration, economic frustration, there's more isolation. People are sad. They're alone. They're gaming. They're fapping. And it has a cumulative effect. And the effect is they're clueless and lost and they don't have guidance and they have no sense of purpose in their life. So what should we do? We should all dress up as clowns and go watch the Joker. Or we should do Pepe memes. Or we should talk about Jeffrey fucking Epstein and whether or not he killed himself. And we should troll and we should game. And we should be negative online. These are things that one can do. This will bring meaning to my life. What is it, Dave? Religion?
Hit on something is that societies can't organize around that it can sort of work for a while.
Organize around what, Dave? The non-belief in religion? What? Atheism is not suggesting you organize around the non-belief in God. What the fuck? I mean, there are pillars to a community, to a society, that you still can have. Family, for example. We can talk about that. What does religious belief have to do with that? Don't think that religion has a monopoly on family just because they like to breed. And the majority of the reason they like to do that is because that's the only way they can convert anyone. Because they got to brainwash a fucking child, their own children. So, no, that's not the answer. You can have family, you can have community without religion. It's a miracle. Be a couch surfer. Join a freaking chess club. Follow a YouTuber. Get on a Discord. There are things, proactive things that are actually not embarrassing and absurd that you could take part in. A running club. Get into fitness. Get into helping animals. Start an animal shelter. I mean, there's literally an infinity of things you could get involved in and have community. And you could have family. You could have partnership. You could have a companion. You could have a relationship. You could have friendships that add meaning to your life. You could have a focus on business. You could try to build something, try to improve your place in this world through the acquisition of money, not in an obsessive way, but in a healthy, positive, proactive way. Why not do that? Why is this that any hole that someone finds in their life we have to wedge this stupid, backward, primordial puzzle piece and just jam it in there? It doesn't fit like my cock in 10/3 of the 10/3. That's true. 10/3 of the vaginas I try to jam it into, it won't fit, which is why I have to use a shoehorn. It's embarrassing. I go, do you have a shoehorn? And she's like, no. What am I, an 80-year-old? I don't have a shoehorn. I mean, why would you? We're in the middle of having sex. Why would you ask for a shoehorn? And I say, because I can't get I'm a third in you. I'm not playing just the tip. I can't get anything more than the tip in. So lube up.
And there's, most of the things that I believe in, and I talk about the individual all the time and why I believe.
Oh, you believe in the individual, Dave? I mean, he is parroting a just communally held belief that has been a belief of the masses. It has been told, taught, brainwashed to the masses for millennia. And he's going, I'm an individual who happens to be parroting the idea that just billions on the planet think and feel. Dave, this is straight out of Life of Brian. You're all individuals. Yes, we're all individuals, they say in unison. Dave, you're a fucking joke, dude.
That classical liberalism is the
classical liberalism, buzzword.
Best sort of framework for a political system that we should have.
Yeah, because us liberals, like a liberal Democrat like myself, I don't believe in the individual. Like, what? You have ownership over the term individual or freedom? No, Dave, I don't think so. I'm against identity politics, and I'm a person on the left. I'm not a classical liberal.
They almost can't exist without that underlying bedrock. And so there's
the bedrock. That's the new term. You guys like bedrock, right? That's a positive thing, because we did a study group, like a testing on that, and it tests really well in our focus group. So bedrock is good. Say bedrock a few times. What's the bedrock? Skepticism? Secularism? Independent thought? Scientific reality? No. The bedrock is religion. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know the groundwork, Dave. Didn't know the rules. Thanks. Do you have like a playbook? Is there any way I can get a refresher course on the rules of what we're doing here?
Question sort of gets to what I was saying earlier, which is that the reason that the secular world feels so out of control.
Oh, look at the hand motions. That's very Jordan Peterson-esque. Oh, here's what it is. The reason the secular world feels so just lost and spiraling and just without any sort of direction is because we've moved away from religion. Is that the ball sack of Jordan Peterson fresh in your mouth that you're now regurgitating? It's just so empty.
Control right now. I mean, just yesterday, I'm sure.
Oh, here we go. Hot button topic. What was it? AOC said something. What is it, Dave? Own the libs. Show me, Dave.
Some of you guys saw the CNN did this equality town hall last night, and it was like, everyone has to mention their gender.
So here we go. Identity politics, right? So, Dave, how many times do you mention you're a gay man in any setting? A million times. I mean, you mention your identity consistently. Your Jewishness, the fact that I was once this political label, but now I'm this political label and this label. Dave, you don't talk about ideas. You're a front man. You're all hype. You're nothing. So, again, here, let me demystify this. I'm on the left. I think my record speaks for itself. I'm against identity politics. I find it to be shallow, beneath me, basic, idiotic. So I don't sit here and go, as a white, as a man. I don't say anything like that, as a straight. I'm not trying to clear my throat on any of those things, and I will not accept someone else starting an argument or a rant trying to say that at me. And so Dave's like, somehow we need to go to religion because identity politics. Huh? Dave, it's so stupid. I'm like, listen to me explaining this to him. I did not swap out religion with identity politics, Dave. I say fuck religion. I say fuck identity politics. Wow. That is a silver bullet to this line of thinking, isn't it? What now, Dave?
Pronouns, and you have to admit that there are more than two genders.
Oh, genders. I wonder, where'd you get that from, Dave? Where'd you get this whole notion about you're weird about genders and pronouns? Was that from Daddy Jordan? Mr. Peterson? Wasn't that his claim to fame? Which is all bullshit?
And all of these things that we know these conversations are not being had. There are settled science debates.
Oh, wait, now you're Mr. Science? Yo, you want to talk about settled science? Let's talk about, I don't know, the old Earth or the new Earth, The 6,000-year-old Earth? How about the science of you cannot rise from the dead, Dave? Is that settled science? You can't cure leprosy, brah. How about that one? I mean, Jesus. It's like, okay, so he uses science when it's to help him, when it's to dunk on the pronoun people and the alphabet soup people, and to be like, you trans and you people are crazy. It's science, people. It's science. But then now he's got to backpedal immediately and be like, well, there's certain things that there's something more than science. There's something else out there. And that something else, I can't even tell you what it is, but I can tell you that Jesus and God will suffice. Huh? Dave.
That went on for a long time that we know what facts are. And yet we find
we know what facts are, says the newly converted man to Christianity.
Because this has now become untethered to anything other than how you feel, that now everything is up for grabs. And that's why it sort of feels like that there's some.
He's describing himself. Everything is all about how you feel. Dave, you went out in the woods, came back and said, I don't feel I'm an atheist anymore. Why? Because I feel like there's something more. There's no facts in there, Dave. Nothing. So this is projection. I mean, the religious are not known for their adherence to facts and science. Just FYI. So you're talking to the wrong audience here, bro.
Something sort of godless happening here or something like that.
There's something godless happening here. You know, if you're doing the pronoun stuff and the trans, I like how he mentions trans and pronouns. So it's really a call out. It's a dog whistle to that one thing. And then he's like he didn't mention blacks. He didn't say that. He didn't say, if you are all about your blackness and you're always into identity politics, I think it's godless. I think it's godless. It's a dog whistle that if you're trans, you're godless. That's what he just said. That's a fucking slap in the face.
Now, trust me, that is
And it's stupid, too. There's no God. So it's perfectly fine to be godless. But to that audience that he's hearing, he's saying there's something wrong with society. Because when we've pulled back from religion, now we're getting people who are swapping sexes and they don't even know what gender they are. And it's like settled science, people. So, and this is the same guy, by the way, who wasn't he a second ago talking about atheism and what does the word mean? I mean, the word has baggage and like I technically was one, but I don't know if I am one. And words are they're like social constructs, words, because the meaning is so nuanced. Meanwhile, when it comes to gender and whether or not you're a man or a woman, he's like, no, that's binary. That's one or the other. So he can't fathom what a trans woman could be. Or how about this? We could come up with a new word. A trans woman is a hyphenated series of words, but it is a new thing because I got news for you. A trans woman is not a woman, in my estimation, and is not a man. So they are something different. And if you want to be polite, you can refer to them as whatever they want to be referred to as, but it is something different. It is sufficiently different. Okay. I would venture to say it is the difference between snow and hail. And if you think that there is no difference between snow and hail, and if you think there's no reason to have a new word, then you're stupid. Now, the only reason you would call hail snow is if hail was personally disturbed or would be wounded if you called it snow. If hail would start to cry if you called it snow, then to be cool and, just, you don't have to die on this hill, just call hail snow. Hail, what are your pronouns? I go by snow. I go by he, his, and snow. Okay, then I'll call you that. I don't know why snow is male, but it happened to be.
That is a hard thing for someone like me to say. As someone that really my beliefs really are rooted in the Enlightenment.
My beliefs are rooted in the Enlightenment. This guy's desperate to be quoted and memed. Oh my God. Devin, what brought you, like, how do you describe your intellectual journey? Like, how have you evolved over your years as a public intellectual? My beliefs are deeply rooted in the Enlightenment. Oh. Let me cross your legs when you say that. Oh, snap. Oh, Enlightenment, good. That's a buzzword up there with bedrock. The Enlightenment was the bedrock of modern thinking. It is what us classical liberals refer to as the origin, the Prometheus of our freedom and liberty. These are beyond national given rights. They are God given rights because I believe in something else, something out there that you can't take away from me. Like, Francis, you can't take away my God, my alien given right to own and operate firearms. That's something I need. It's part of me. In fact, I have looked into surgically attaching my pistol to my hip. To my hip. It does cause problems in airports, but it is my right to have that problem be caused.
Enlightenment thinkers. And this is a real debate amongst people who talk about the Enlightenment. Could they have done it? Could they have reformed religion?
These are not his thoughts, by the way. Some jackass got on his show and talked about the Enlightenment, and you're seeing his butchered rehash. These are the cliff notes of some other man's thoughts that he is spewing out at you for no reason in particular.
And burst liberalism in a positive way forward without some religious belief behind it.
Yeah, burst liberalism forward in a positive way. Dave, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about bursting liberalism forward. What? How do you burst something forward? And Dave, so nothing can happen without religion? Religion must be behind. That's got to be the software running on all development in humanity. Dave, you are a frigging, what is it called? Oh no. Oh no. It's called dingleberry. That's it. That's the precise word I was looking for. Dingleberry. You're a dingleberry of thought. Can you imagine this? 2019 heading into 2020. This dude's talking about everything needs religion. We can't go forward. You know, we tried it, guys. We had a good run, atheists. We tried to do atheism, and we had this whole idea. You know, we thought we had a few points. We thought we had some valid criticism about God and God belief. But turns out there's some people out there who are swapping genders and they're talking about pronouns. So retreat. Basically just retreat, get back to religion because everything was hunky-dory when we had religion, wasn't it?
I don't know the answer to that exactly. I don't know that we'll ever really know the answer to that. But I would say that the reason I first said that I'm happy to be here with you guys is that in the last year, where now I virtually only get invited to events by...
I wonder why, Dave. Who would give a fuck to hear what you had to say, to bring you on? I only drag you out into my little channel to mock you and to fucking rest my scrotal sack on your forehead.
Conservative groups or, libertarian groups for sure, but groups on the right, let's say.
Really, it's so shocking. The TYT didn't invite you on? I dare you to go on TYT. They make videos about you all the time.
But I often get invited to churches. I often get invited to places of faith.
Right, wow. Well, you've only been sucking the dick of a Christian apologist. You're doing it right now. That's what John Lennox is. So you sit there and cozy up with Christians and conservatives, and you're like, I wonder why Christians and conservatives keep inviting me to play. I mean, and do you like how he just goes? He accepts it. Whoever wants me, I will go to you. I will be whatever you want me to be. I am Gumby.
Now I know we can go
as in I'm pliable. I'm malleable. You could shape me as I'm silly putty. That's what he is. He's the silly putty of YouTube.
Go through a litany of political disagreement
because he smears himself. He smashes himself onto something like we used to take silly putty, which half of you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You take silly putty, you put it on a newspaper, you peel it off. Guess what? You have a weak reflection of what was on the newspaper on the silly putty. That's Dave. But then guess what? You can squish him and change it up. And there's a new audience? Okay, well then you have a new version of Dave Rubin. If you brought Dave Rubin, hey Dave, go to the Reason Rally. Hey Dave, do an interview with David Silverman. That's what I want. Get firebrand atheist, survivor of the fucking nuclear holocaust of Me Too. Get David Silverman to interview Dave Rubin. That's what I want. And get an actual atheist who will not bullshit and will not let you slide on any of this dog shit that you're trying to peddle. Have that conversation. Dave Silverman is on the left. You could talk politics if you want. That's not what he wants to talk. He will dive nose deep into what you're saying here about religion. And he will be harsh. He'll be fair. He'll be honest. He's not going to pull his punches. Make that happen. He's eager to talk. I mean, he could use the pub. He's got a new brand. He's got a new organization, atheist organization, because atheism matters. Atheism is unstoppable. fuck. And it's definitely not going to be stopped by a dipshit salesman, conman, like Dave motherfucking Rubin sliding in, trying to like think that he's winning. Does Dave think he's fooling anyone?
That we may or may not have. And I absolutely know that everyone in this room would be happy to do that. And there would be nobody fighting. There would be nobody screaming. We could explore those ideas as far.
Wait, he's happy? Yeah. A group of Christians licking each other's assholes about Christianity is going to be a love fest? And? I mean, Dave could go on. Dave, the majority report wants you on. Sam Cedar wants you on. Now, he's a regressive shit, but at least it would be controversial. It's not going to be this. So Dave's trying to say, look, it's about ideas. It's about, being open and free and just being brave enough to talk to other people. Meanwhile, he's going to just love boxes, hug boxes. That's it. And there's open invitations waiting for him. Scandalous, man.
We can, and then we would put it down and either agree to disagree, or maybe we'd move each other one way or another. And
I think we can move you, Dave. I moved you. Everyone and their mother has moved you. The Christians in the room are moving you right now. I'm moving my bowels looking at you and listening to you.
And that would be wonderful. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't.
Oh, right. The people on the right are the only ones open for free and open debate, he says, at an all-Christian rally. Fuck, what? Dave, again, you want a silver bullet? I am on the left. I am open for debate. I'm open to hear other people's thoughts. I'm engaging with other people's thoughts right now. There's tons of people like this. I mean, I'm so open for debate, I go against the left. I go against my own side, generally speaking, because there's huge portions of my own side that are clinically insane. And I'm happy to address it.
I think it's a coincidence that you guys here, and that generally believers right now are more tolerant.
Believers are more tolerant? Didn't he just have a dude, Ben Shapiro said, I will not come to a party that you and your husband throw because I'm not into gays. That's the tolerance? What are you talking about are more tolerant? I mean, yeah, religious people. They're notoriously tolerant. The fuck? He's blowing so much smoke up the ass of that audience, and they're buying it. They're all just like nodding, like, yeah, we're the good guys. The left, they're evil, they're intolerant. What? Get out, you shit. Oh my God, I can't stomach more. Can I? I gotta wash my, I gotta cleanse the palate. Because I gotta just go back to some trailers. But let me dive in and see what you guys are thinking. Your thoughts? I will listen and read. Let me backtrack here. I wonder if Dave's gay. The dogmatic atheist says he's open for debate. Oh my God. The dogmatic. So again, that's pure projection. Dogma is what religion is. I'm not saying I'm right because I'm right and that there's no other side. The other side is so weak and pathetic that it hardly is worth my time. Like, I've literally moved past it. So yeah, what do you think my channel was? My personal life, I've put my name to looking at, dissecting, arguing, diving into every piece of minutia when it comes to the thought of atheism, the idea that there is no God versus the idea there is a God. I've hammered it out 1,000,000 times. There's nothing new here. There's nothing fun. It's not interesting to me. Dave jumped the shark. So how do you get off saying, oh yeah, I'm not open for debate. Yeah, the religious people are the cool ones. They're fucking dumb. Dumb as shit. Is this not clear to everyone in the room? They're so dumb that it's not even worth saying. It's just like sad. It's like mocking the retarded kid at the end of the block. Stupid. Power of Christ compels you. Dave Rubin is the white Tariq Nasheed shapeshifter. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna watch another romantic movie. The last two have been really, really bad, but you can never lose hope. So where did that go? Rubinport. Here we go.
Keys on
my god. This is the same company. The same horrible company. Now we have dueling pianos here. It has Christian written all over it.
So your sister's having a baby.
Why is this only
You
on my left
haven't
ear?
booked your flight yet?
You want to go home for Christmas. I want to go home for Christmas.
Yep.
Flights are
Look at that hat.
too expensive.
What a musician.
Road trip.
No.
Road trip with a couple, but are they professionally? Are they not a couple? What is the story?
You made an actual driving schedule.
This is gonna get us there faster, so we can spend the least amount of time together.
Sorry.
Okay, so they don't like each other. Why are they together? But they end up being together and they fall in love. I mean, oh God, so unoriginal, so terrible. And I'm open to good stuff. I'm not just a naysayer, trust me. There's a bunch of shit I'm way hyped about. The Mandalorian, I love. I'm starting Cannery Row, a show on Amazon. I love The Boys on Amazon, great show. I'm loving The Irishman when it comes out. I love the clips that I put out. Love The Dark Crystal. So I'm not just Nego Nancy. Okay, there's tons I love.
We only have one room.
Is this out of your left ear?
What?
There's a bug in there!
Oh, what comedy?
I'm such a huge fan of yours. One of my background singers woke up.
Oh, gross. Dude, she looks like a straight up chimp. That's Marie Osmond? Oh, damn. That's some savage butcher work on her face. Really disturbing. That barely registers as human to me.
Up with a little tickle in her throat. Why don't you take her place this evening?
I'm playing with Cassie, right? The keyboardist just came down with the ox.
Yeah, y'all, it's country music and it's Christmas trees and it's God and Christianity and also some good old-fashioned flirtation, which leads to some missionary fucking between the male lead, who's a good Christian man, and a female who's her future. She's a future Marie Osmond, but now she's young and dumb and full of cum.
We've been scrambling to find someone, and you're perfect. Man, this is like a Christmas miracle.
I just sang with Cassie at the...
You know what's crazy? Like, they don't even come out and say, like, just believe in Jesus and God. Like, that's really what we're after. They have to pretend. They have to come up with a story, a love story. No one gives a shit. This is not competitive. In fact, what YouTube channel will put this on? This is a new trailer? Okay, technically it's a new trailer, but this is no movie. This is not going to get theatrical release.
Great musical. My sister's in labor.
Oh, I wonder, abort that child.
I can see it in the snow. You okay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, turmoil, but we have happy-go-lucky music, so I don't think they're going to be eaten by a wolf or something.
I think we're stuck.
Look,
2
playful.
tickets to Akron, please. We've got 1 seat left. Take it.
I won't.
Oh, God, look at him. It's martyrdom, guys. It's the Christian ethic. It's selflessness. Look, you do it. I want you to have the ticket. God, he's like Jesus, isn't
I
he?
have to go home to see your mom.
Your sister's in labor.
Santa's heading astray, bringing us joy
Oh,
and good cheer
Marie Osmond. Was she a Mormon?
for all of the year. If there's
There it is. Now we're getting a little... There's the baby Jesus. There he rears his stupid-ass head.
if there's love in your heart,
The baby threw up a little fake smile. Look at that. Look at this.
Marla Sokolov.
Mila, oh my God, look at her. Little fidget with her little boobies shoved in there.
Rob Mays.
Rob Mays, oh, he's a hero. He's like a Christian George Clooney.
And Marie Osmond.
That's a terrible singing voice.
The Road Home.
Christmas. You like that vibrato?
Home for Christmas.
The road. I'll be home. This is terrible text. Font treatment. Look at that. Let's do a thick white border around our font with a drop shadow. This is like day one, dude dicking around on Photoshop. Oh, yay, a hybrid. Give me something good. Come on.
In the neighborhood of the Bronx, 5
Oh, it's black.
are dead.
The killer taunted authorities by writing 2 letters, both signed Son of Sam.
And, dude killing in the Bronx, and he's a white guy. What are the odds? Great. Who's that? Who's that? Naomi
Hello?
Watts. Naomi Watts as a brunette. Interesting. delivers a striking raw nerve performance.
How long has it been since you left here? It's not okay, you continuing like this.
So you can see this is better. I'm not thrilled about the background, but they have a grunge on this font and varying thicknesses to the font in terms of the riveting performance and the her and the is. And this is small and it's done with a little more grace. You can see that the size, it's not pressing up against the edge, and it's scaling up. So you see that.
Is anyone there? It's been happening like this.
Leave me alone!
People are getting nuts out there in that heat.
What is it? Are you in some sort of trouble?
Somebody got shot in the face 3 blocks from here the other night.
It's like someone is genuinely trying to scare me.
This place, this country is changing.
It's like a war zone.
Something much more sinister than that.
Right. This place, this country is changing. And so it's another film that is demonizing a white male. A white male is the villain. They hand-selected the story of the Son of Sam. And they're coming up with a fictional account of one woman's experience with that or with the paranoia surrounding that. So, yeah, the country's changing, and the real problem is white men are out killing everyone. It's a great theory, but let's crunch the numbers. It's not even remotely true. Not even remotely true. So, I mean, it's grotesque. And the new numbers came out for 2018, and I will be doing a video on it because they are atrocious and over the top. I mean, you'd think I'd made them up, but they're real.
Have you not learned anything from looking out from up here?
Leave me alone!
The world only gives you back what you give it.
No!
Nah, not interested.
Dylan just sent me a picture of his thing.
Seriously?
I think he's gonna.
Oh God, it's Christian again. Why are they putting these in? I mean, can't Christians just focus on their Bible or just? I mean, why make us all suffer through this?
Asking to be his girlfriend. I mean, don't you think so?
How would I know? I can't seem to get a boyfriend.
Yeah, what if you just put yourself out there?
Iron Compass Entertainment.
Oh, he's cute. Can I talk to him?
Give it to me.
Oh, so you have a secret admirer.
No, I don't. Hello?
Oh, horror.
So now you're ready to go on a date.
I think so. I mean, I know we haven't seen each other in person, but I feel like we know more about each other than people who meet normally.
I have an idea.
Is this story about Onision?
Halloween is this Friday. I saw an ad for a warehouse party.
Okay, what would I go as?
How about a zombie cheerleader? You are the most beautiful dead girl I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Rape? Bondage. Okay, it's officially not a Christian movie. It's just bad.
Good morning, Sadie.
Sadie Hawkins.
Brad, you know my name is Chelsea.
Your name is Sadie.
Oh, another white male is the bad guy.
Now.
Who are you? I'm Sadie.
Show us the entire movie so that we don't have to watch it.
I'm stopping us from getting into trouble.
What's your name?
Sadie?
Your real name.
It's Sadie.
Good girl.
You need to bleach your hair now.
What? Why?
Because Brad says so. Everything is because Brad says so.
This is the story of Onision.
Something wrong, Sadie? You can tell me.
I miss my mom.
This is your new family.
Has anyone even tried to find a way out? Don't talk about that. We have to work together. It's our only chance.
No, we don't.
This is like insultingly bad.
I'm not your sister, Sadie!
He's planning to kill you. Today.
You just tried to turn me against him.
Oh my, hold on. Jesus.
You just tried to turn me against him.
Do not reply with edgy. the O's are zeros because we're in the digital age. And the D in the end, they have these little spiky things like a knife because it's horror. Wow. Must be so proud of yourself.
Last
God awful.
night I was lost.
Excuse me, Mr. Reeves? I noticed I didn't get a call back.
Look, you're just not the right kind of girl for this
A lot of children's programming, isn't it?
show.
But like a movie in my...
I don't want you to quit when things get hard. You're talented, you're smart, you can do anything.
When I look out...
Your song is blowing up. You should see the reactions online. I'm so sick of wannabe pop stars.
Said it?
He's probably just some dumb online troll.
Didn't stop 5 people from liking it.
Remember that...
We're the amazing Holly Hoppy. You need to take control of the narrative.
What are you doing?
Signing up.
Okay. See you there.
See ya.
Now introducing singer-songwriter Holly Hobbie.
Now that is beautiful.
Oh my God. Wow. Get me out of that world. I mean, what is the age range on that? Like 10-year-old girls? Wow. No.
This is the story of the girl who saved me.
What a weirdo! I'll break her for sure. What do you think you are? You're such a loser!
Do you live around here?
I think I'm gonna waste my hard-earned money on rent. Yeah, I wasn't expecting company.
Can't we just get food like normal people?
Normal people pay $20 for a bag of popcorn and some gummy bears. You're 16.
I'm 13.
Out here, you're 16. And we're getting rid of Ellie.
I'm Squeak.
I'm Eeyore. Well, that's my street name.
What the hell is this?
We live in a transactional reality. Everyone's either buying, selling, or stealing. You don't give anyone anything that they can use to hurt you.
Just been cracking my coffee cup for scuffers.
She's a little kid. What are you doing having her out here?
Fans in all directions like a scarf from lightning's bite.
You want to tell me why you left? Street girl saved you, huh? Saw an opportunity?
Itches to fight.
We all feed off of each other.
But eats it on my name.
She's gonna take what you entrusted to her friend here. She's gonna put it up her arm and float away where you can't find her.
Sit easy, tiger, you'll get it next time.
My picture, the money, my phone, it's all gone.
You're silver.
I thought you were my friend. You're not anybody's friend. You don't know how.
You really think you're taking care of her?
All you gotta do is go home.
I can't.
You're stronger than you.
Why is that movie necessary? That seems so stupid. It's in Los Angeles? Who wrote that? Hold on. I gotta see. Jessica Blank, written and directed. Yeah, it's these weird, like, personal projects where the person is, they do everything. So, like, this is my vision. It's based off of my life or something. Just no-name studios putting out just utter shit.
Breaks us inside and out.
No.
You took your time, model.
This is an actual film. Tim Roth.
You will teach him? He is genius.
Jewish.
I can teach him. You're staying in London?
I go back to Warsaw to my wife and daughters. I leave him here.
You play? Piano. A bit. I am genius. I help you. You will be bit genius. We make good team, yes?
This is a Niccolo Galliano, Filio, 1735.
Happy bar mitzvah, David.
Again?
Hello.
This is what I went through. My sisters, my parents. Do you know how many people died last night, Mott? Tens of thousands! And nobody even knows their
Was that Greta?
names.
Tonight will be his first ever concert on an international stage.
Did he say when he was going after the rehearsal?
He didn't.
It is with great regret I have to tell you the performer you have come to see is unable to be here this evening. Go and find him.
I think I might have found him.
It's going to be your new hobby, Martin. Finding David after half a lifetime.
I'm looking for David Rappaport. Would have been here in the 1950s. The galleon of 1735.
You looking for the instrument or you looking for the owner?
Both. When was the last time you saw him?
It was years ago.
He was a virtuoso, about my age.
You never heard nothing like it.
Why are you wasting your time on him? Our time.
I might be all he's got.
It was his obsession to play the song.
Why did you do it?
I'm not sure you'd understand.
Extraordinary.
No, that's a
You don't
real
have to
stretch.
be guilty to feel guilty.
Why would I care about this? That's no. The red violin was decent, I think, but that cannot be good. Anyway, I'm gonna go do something else. And shit. Oh, game on. Baltimore Ravens. Here we go.